Heroes event. We invite you to be part of this beautiful tribute displaying the red, white, and blue of 1,000 American flags along Utica's Memorial Parkway, November 2nd through November 12th.
Attorney CPA Joe Cordell.
Divorce forces a father to focus on what's most important, his children. You may no longer be a husband, but you'll always be a dad. In the divorce process, this comes down to three key concerns: physical custody, decision-making, as well as financial support. Each of these is important, and it's important that you choose a lawyer that cares as much about these issues as you do.
Online at CordellCordell.com. 518-554 all zeros. 100 Great Oaks Boulevard, Suite 110, Albany, New York 12203.
Urgent Camp Lejeune settlement message. On September 6th, the government announced it will soon begin providing fast, guaranteed settlements to Camp Lejeune Marines, families, and civilians. Awards will range between $100,000 and $550,000, with an option for higher amounts. If you or a loved one spent time at Camp Lejeune and suffered cancers of the bladder, liver, or kidneys, leukemia, non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, Parkinson's, or kidney issues, you may qualify for compensation and could be paid within 60 days after accepting your settlement, with your VA benefits fully protected. You may be entitled to a significant financial award for your Camp Lejeune claim, but you must act now. Call the James Harris Law Camp Lejeune helpline now to get the compensation you deserve. We're already fighting for thousands harmed by the water at Camp Lejeune. Call now or you may forever lose your right to be awarded a settlement between $100,000 and $550,000. For your free evaluation, call 800-214-8822. That's 800-214-8822. 800-214-8822.
On the Keeler Show today. It's time to read the news and weather. Time to figure out what to say. It's time to turn the channel of the Keeler Show today. Why do we always listen? Keeler's always in the know. It makes me want to call him and tell him where to go. And now let's get things started. Andrew, let's get things started. It's time to get things started. On the most sensational, inspirational, celebrational, Keelerational. This is what we call the Keeler Show.
WIDX 950 and 106.9 FM. This is Keeler.
Well, good morning. Okay. It is a Thursday morning, and our mics are back up. I want to thank our engineer, who's been able to accomplish the unaccomplishable. Does that work? And we have all mics working in studio. Wow, Manaski, it's a big day.
Oh yeah, you're compressed over there.
Yeah, a little more than I'm okay with, but I'm okay with it for now. I mean, 1, 2, 3.
That's a little better.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so good morning. We have a bunch to get to today. Thursday, September 28th, a decent day today. We might get a little rain tomorrow, and then the weekend, and then the stretch of weather is a bit mind-blowing, right?
Listen, I'll take it, okay? I always say beggars can't be choosers, and I figure when we're in upstate New York and the northeast of this country, we don't get the best weather, so any stretch of weather is a good stretch of weather. I mean, any stretch of nice weather is really, I'm grateful.
So what do we explain Becky Doolin and sports memorabilia? Big event that is going to be happening this weekend, and if you have sports memorabilia, stuff that you maybe want to get rid of, or stuff that you might have or want to buy, I guess is what I'm saying.
Yes, so she'll have details. As a matter of fact, when I talked to her yesterday, she said that they tried to keep the price of the booths or the tables down because she felt like she's been to other events and they jack up the price of the booths, so it's difficult for the vendors to make money. So they're trying to keep the costs down, and hopefully that benefits everybody. So if you're interested in displaying some stuff, I believe there's still an opportunity for you to do so. But what's really cool is they'll be raffling off they got an autographed Josh Allen jersey that's been authenticated, but a couple of former NFL players, one from the Giants, one from the Bills, will be in town for a signing event. Former Giants running back Joe Morris and former Buffalo Bill Ronnie Harmon will be doing meet and greets at the Herkimer County Fairgrounds coming up this weekend.
Oh, that's cool.
That's very cool, yeah.
So you mentioned Josh Allen. I got to say, this story is quite interesting, and I even brought a little prop along today to help with it. So this is a little NFL. I mean, all the attention has been on Kelsey and Taylor Swift. So
let them have it. I'm telling you, Bills fans, let them have the attention.
All the non-football news has been focused there. So the Bills have a little of their own. Here's what happens. Josh Allen is attempting to give Travis Kelce a run for the hottest relationship in the NFL.
Oh, this is not good.
Well, it may not be, but it's worth trying. He puts Frank's Red Hot in soda.
What?
I'm just saying. The Bills shared a video of the team's star quarterback pouring buffalo sauce straight into a Pepsi Zero sugar drink while enjoying buffalo wings at a bar. Allen stirs the concoction with a celery stick, takes a bite, and then sips the drink when he realizes he's being taped. Just saw this video. We got to ask. You've taken this Pepsi deal way too far, they say. Can you imagine the taste of soda with hot sauce?
Davey, if Davey just ran to the store, if Davey, you got Red Hot.
I have Red Hot today. I brought in a.
I don't have. What did he say? Pepsi Zero. We got
well,
some generic
you could use
soda
whatever.
in the hall.
You could use soda. You could use.
I'd like some ice with it. I don't like warm soda, but I'll try this. I mean, I'll try this. I think it's going to be gross.
And it looks like he pours quite a bit of it. In. So we'll try that. So there actually is a recipe for it. You pour 1 tablespoon of buffalo sauce, which this really isn't buffalo sauce, but it is. It's Red Hot.
Sauce, yeah.
Into a Pepsi or a Pepsi Zero, mix with celery, and enjoy. So you don't put that much in, but you put enough in to take a real sip. And here's Allen. You see a picture of him putting it in. There's got to be. I mean, Pepsi's got to be all over this.
I guess so.
He's probably making a little money on the side. Hey, we're trying it.
Yeah. So I'm glad it's not a girl. It's not a woman, because what happens is
he has a longtime girlfriend.
What happens is, like when I mentioned Romo and Jessica Simpson, there are Cowboys fans who think that if he wasn't with Jessica Simpson that season, they would have won the dang Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of foolish. It really is a little bit ridiculous. They say information is power, and it is. But I think sometimes information just leads to excuses. Like when Allen throws an interception, people might think, well, he didn't read the defense correctly, or that was a nice play by the cornerback. Now they're going to say, get him more Red Hot, and they're going to be serious when they say it. It's foolish.
Anyway, the story is Red Hot and soda. Davey brought in a couple of sodas. Thank you, Davey. You saw this story?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Would you try it, Davey?
Hell, I love Red Hot.
Yeah, I do too.
With your soda?
No, I put Red Hot on a lot of stuff, but not on my soda.
Okay, Manaski mentioned Bruce Springsteen has postponed the rest of his show for the rest of the tour, and hopes to be recovered for next year to refill these dates to make up the dates.
Okay, so Albany and Syracuse. He had the show on September 7th and Syracuse September 19th in Albany. They both got postponed because of this peptic ulcer thing. He's not going to be back doing this thing until next year sometime. And I hate to say this, and I don't even want to suggest this, but, you usually don't get healthier as you get older. I just think it's possible that these shows don't happen. I'm not saying it's like a 50-50 chance. I'm just saying there's a possibility it doesn't
certainly
happen.
Depends on how he recovers.
Right.
Yesterday in the Utica-Rome area in the Mohawk Valley, the New York Secretary of State was touring the region, and New York Secretary of State Robert Rodriguez was able to go around a number of downtown revitalization areas, specifically in Rome. Almost $1 billion has come into the area. When you think about what has the improvements that have been made and the upgrades in Rome and Utica and Marcy at the base, so it was a tour given yesterday.
Listen, it's great that all that money's being pumped in, and hopefully it's being put to the best possible use. But let's be honest, under Joe Biden's inflation, $1 billion was like $25 10 years ago.
Here's one thing is for some already saying that Robert Rodriguez is in town searching out a place to put the migrants.
Oh yeah,
that rumor is already out there.
Sure, yeah.
So I don't believe it to be true. Just for the record.
Neither do I.
What else do I have in the TV ratings for network news? You know, we're big Ryan Nobles fans. Ryan, of course, used to work here. He's on NBC. So I do watch him often on NBC Nightly News. Mm-hmm. However, the number one anchor at 6:30 is
David Muir.
David Muir from Syracuse.
Yeah,
he's from Syracuse. He has won the TV rating season once again with World News Tonight on ABC. And he's from Syracuse, so there are local ties there as well. I don't watch that news.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, Davey does.
No, my mom does.
Yeah,
but she has
a lot of ladies like him. He's quite the look.
I watch Lester Holt because I watch because of Friends with Ryan.
Sure, there you go. Thank you.
I like Lester Holt also, but I wonder if there's a perception among people in general. You know, because NBC with Meet the Press, which is what's his name there? Who's the host?
He's gone now.
Oh, right. They did replace him.
Yep.
But there was a perception he was left leaning.
Oh, I think absolutely. Yeah.
So if that show on NBC kind of tainted the overall news product, plus you have MSNBC, I just wonder if people think ABC is more middle of the road than NBC Fox.
I don't think they think that.
Okay.
Yeah. And you know, again, network news is so different. Your 6:30 news should be a balanced approach to the news. But remember, ABC is owned by Disney. They don't see ABC News as
true.
They don't see ABC News as conservative or even moderate, middle of the road.
I guess my perception of them is they're just milquetoast.
There's Fox, there's Newsmax, and everyone else is liberal. That's kind of the general feel that people have. Big story in the Adirondacks. A 53-year-old hiker from New Jersey injured her leg while climbing Mount Marcy. Technically, it was her ankle. She was only a half mile from the summit, just below the tree line. The State Department of Environmental Conservation sent forest rangers responding on the ground and aboard a state police helicopter. They finally got to her. They secured her ankle, hoisted her into the chopper, and then they hiked down the mountain with her companion, reaching the trailhead by evening. She's 53 years old. I guess in this case, it's says she's 62. Here's another one. I guess a 62-year-old hiker from Niagara Falls injured her ankle while climbing Mount Joe in the Adirondack Peaks region. Back on September 24th, it took 8 rangers. This is another one. 8 rangers hiked in and stabilized her ankle. Then they carried her out using a wheeled something. I don't even know what this is. And they took her to an ambulance waiting at Lake Placid. A lot of hikers this time of year because of you get to that high point and you see just such an amazing view of colors with the Adirondacks and the trees turning and all of that. But it's a dangerous climb.
Yeah, and you can read about and I think grab some photos here on our website by Aaron Land. Yeah, the 2 hikers injured that were carried out. You can get some photos and a whole brief on this on our website. Yeah, what did they tie her to lift her out of there? They had a chopper. Get the chopper. They had one of those, and right?
Yeah, well, in this case, they carried her out. The other one they took out in a chopper. There were 2 of them. America's Got Talent last night announced their winner. And the winner is, here's a little audio disclaimer. At the end of the show says the prize, which totals $1 million, is payable in a financial annuity over 40 years. Really? The winner gets $25,000 a year. Wow.
Yeah.
But they say they're giving away $1 million.
$25,000 a year for what, 20 years, you said?
Over 40 years.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow. Anyway, here's the audio from last night.
The AGT champion, the winner of $1 million, and the starring role in our show in Las Vegas is Adrian Stoica and Hurricane.
The dog Hurricane, Adrian Stoica, and his dog Hurricane. He and his well-trained dog did skits together, and they are the winners of America's Got Talent. You're rolling your eyes, Jeff.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not that impressed. I don't watch the show, and I don't know how impactful it was. These stunts and these little skits or whatever, but that doesn't sound all that impressive to me.
I guess it must have been, but I don't see it either, so I'm kind of with you. National Neighbor Day. Today is National Neighbor Day. Today is National Ask a Stupid Question Day. I think we master that every day. Every day should be Ask a Stupid Question Day. And let's see. Howie Mandel, is he getting done? NBC announced the Deal or No Deal spinoff is coming next year. It'll be called Deal or No Deal Island. In a video, Mandel passes off his briefcase to a new host, Joe Manganiello. And here's how that sounded last night.
Howie Mandel here, coming to you from an empty soundstage someplace in Hollywood. The biggest, most exciting game show ever is about to return. The whole show will take place on an undisclosed island location a world away from civilization. But they're gonna need a host, not your average Joe. Joe Manganiello.
Howie Mandel.
Would you host Deal or No Deal Island? Deal or no deal?
Deal.
There you go.
We're going to have a good time.
Are you familiar with Joe Manganiello?
No.
I guess I'm not either, because I apparently really butchered the pronunciation of his name.
I know the writer's strike is over, and I know...
Joe Manganiello.
You know him?
No, I'm asking Surrey.
Okay. Davey's going to the source. Going to the source.
I just, this sounds like one of those ideas when they didn't have writers and they were trying to come up with something and they wanted to bring the show back. And they're like, let's bring back Deal or No Deal. Well, I mean, we've done that before. And yeah, but now we're going to do it on an island.
Yeah.
Who cares?
I believe that when the writers are gone, the non-creative people come up with ideas, and that's what you end up getting.
Is Deal or No Deal the briefcase show?
I believe it is, right? I didn't even know he was hosting that show.
That's where the princess. That's
Meghan Markle.
Yeah.
So now we're going to have pretty girls with briefcases, but standing on a beach instead of on a stage. Wait a minute. When does it debut?
It's kind of like the Survivor meets Deal or No Deal, I think is what they're probably pitching it as. In Philadelphia, a beekeeper's shop vac was stolen out of his truck. And here he is, Don Shump, and he's got bad news you can only imagine for the thief.
Yeah, there's bees
Guess
in there,
what's inside? Guess what's inside the shop vac?
Whoever it was that grabbed a shop vac that was filled with several hundred hornets, and not just the workers, they had a preponderance of queens. I've joked for years that, I don't need to lock my vehicle, and the bees and wasps afford a certain degree of a bit of a safety net. Yeah, this is one where of all the vacuums in all the trucks that they could have grabbed, I think they grabbed the wrong one.
That'll be a stinging ending to that story. Jeff is saying this morning that Joe Manganiello is one of the dancers in Magic Mike, and he was also in True Blood. I guess I do recognize him from True Blood. We used to watch that show. All right, got a break. Coming up, we'll talk about remember the soldier that just wandered into North Korea? I'm sure you saw this all over the news yesterday. Jonathan Savage with an update as he is back here. They expelled him from the country. And there were a lot of thank yous going on yesterday to countries all around the world that apparently helped us accomplish this. We'll get the latest from Jonathan Savage on that. We mentioned the sports memorabilia next hour. Also, Habaika's free money question of the day. What will it be worth after having a $300 winner yesterday? We'll get to it coming up here this morning. 6:39 at WIBX.
It's hard to know what to do when you lose a loved one. You want to provide a lasting tribute, but you need someone you can trust to help you navigate all the options. Mohawk Valley Monuments has been providing comfort and delivering quality memorials in our community for the last 85 years.
Hi, I'm Benjamin Morgan.
And I'm Nicole Cornacchia Morgan.
Owners of Mohawk Valley Monuments. We pride ourselves in continuing to deliver the highest standards of workmanship and customer service. We strive to make things easier for you while still showing your family the utmost of respect.
Start a conversation about your wishes to help make it even easier on your loved ones. Call us today and we'll get prepared together.
Mohawk Valley Monuments has experience with all the local cemeteries. From simple grave markings to intricate family mausoleums, they give everyone the same personalized service. For expert memorial design, call today, 315-724-7629, or go to mvmonuments.com. Mohawk Valley Monuments, LLC, Old Route 5S, just past the Kitless Restaurant in Frankfort.
Paid actor portrayal.
I didn't see it coming. Life can be so unpredictable. After losing my dad, it made me think about my family if something were to happen to me. The mortgage, car payments, and all the other bills. Even things like our annual summer vacation would be out of reach. I had heard about life insurance through Ethos and how easy it was to get coverage. They were right. I knew it was time to stop putting it off and get life insurance right now. I got on my computer and went to ethoslife.com. In just 10 minutes, I was covered. And boom, family protected. Thanks to Ethos, my family won't have to worry about the bills if the unpredictable happens to me.
Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at getethos.com. That's GETETHOS.com.
Don't take chances with your brakes. Find out why Oriskany Garage is a top-rated destination for auto repair in the Utica area. Oriskany Garage delivers friendly professional service, great prices, and a commitment to never, never try to sell you something that you don't need. For brakes, tires, funny noises, warning lights, or any of your auto repair needs, come and experience award-winning service at Oriskany Garage down the street from Utica College or online at ogtire.com. Come on and say it with me and make the noise. ogtire.com.
You can live out your MasterChef dreams when you find a professional on Angie to tackle your dream kitchen remodel. Connect with skilled professionals to get all your home projects done well. Inside to outside, repairs to renovations. Get started on the Angie app or visit Angie.com today. You can do this when you Angie that.
Hi, it's James.
And Megan.
From the all-new Destination Kia of Utica.
Come see why people drive hundreds of miles to buy vehicles from us.
Let's talk selection. We have over 220 new Kias here and coming.
Don't forget the more than 50 certified pre-owned Kias on our lot.
Chances are, we have the Kia for you.
We're a family-owned and operated business.
And that's the way we believe in treating our customers.
And Kia's warranty is second to none.
With a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty.
And 5 years, 60,000-mile basic warranty.
We are so excited to have our grand opening in Utica.
And we look forward to seeing you soon.
Now that's kooky.
So go kooky for Kia at the all-new Destination Kia of Utica. Puppies and babies not included.
Find us online at DestinationKiaOfUtica.com. That's DestinationKiaOfUtica.com. Warranty is a limited powertrain warranty. See Kia.com or retailer for details.
Hey, did you know that you can get a credit on your taxes for making energy improvements to your home, like new windows? And the experts at New York Sash have all the information you need to take advantage. With new energy rebates for 2023, you can get a tax credit of 30% off the cost of new windows, up to $600. But even better than that, for a limited time, New York Sash will match your window tax credit. Install brand new, energy-efficient New York Sash brand windows in your home. Get a credit on your taxes, and New York Sash will match it. But to claim the credit on your 2023 taxes, your new windows need to be installed by the end of this year, which means you'll need to call and get on the schedule before the time runs out. So contact New York Sash to find out how you can get brand new, energy-efficient replacement windows, something we had twice at our home in the Valley, at our new home. My parents have New York Sash windows, in-laws. New York Sash just does an incredible job. And now you can get $1,200 back on energy-efficient replacement windows. Restrictions may apply. Visit their showroom or call 624-7344 for details.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Hi, I'm Martha Stewart. Every year, more than 4 million pets enter shelters here in the United States. My friends at American Humane have been helping animals since 1877. The goal is to ensure that pets have a safe shelter, especially during natural disasters. Adopting a shelter pet allows shelters to help more animals awaiting care. Please consider adopting today and take some time to learn more about American Humane's other work at americanhumane.org.
WIBX 950 and 106.9 FM. This is Keeler.
I'm gonna be. I swear to God, I'm gonna be adjusting this microphone all morning long.
This sounds better.
But by the end of the program, it does sound a little crisper now. Yeah. Sound good to you, Davey? You all right?
Yeah, you sound good.
All right. I have to tell you, average radio people are nuts with two things: the sound of a microphone. In some cases, I knew people that would bring in their own microphone. They'd plug in their own mic because they liked it. It's a little too bassy. They'd plug in their own mic because they liked a certain sound, and of course headphones. Unless you're Manasseh, and Fisher-Price is just right for.
These are not Fisher-Price.
They're not. I know.
I never bought Fisher-Price.
They're funny colored.
They're
beautiful headphones. They really are.
And there's a pair over here that Megan actually provided me. It's got a longer cord on it. But to be honest with you,
what brand of headphones are they?
This might be Mattel or Fisher-Price. Let me see.
They look like
this is one audio. Oneodio. But these are decent. I like them. Anodio. Okay.
Sure. Yeah.
I like them, and you can actually
turn them up on the sides. Those are like 70s headphones. In the 70s, you used to have those big cans on the side.
I like them.
Is that Jonathan Savage? Yes. I'm going to take him first. And, Jeff, if you want to hold on the line, I'd appreciate it. We'll get right to you. U.S. soldier Travis King, who entered North Korea, back in U.S. custody now after quite the deal was put together with a lot of help. There were a lot of thank yous going around yesterday. An update now, Jonathan Savage from Fox News Radio. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
What do we know on this story here? There's some odd to this story. Obviously, it's not often that you have a U.S. soldier who's going to run into North Korea, but that's what happened here.
Yeah, you could imagine the complexities involved in getting him back from North Korea, a country with which, of course, the United States does not have diplomatic relations. Well, they have got him back. The latest is that he arrived in the early hours of this morning by a military aircraft in San Antonio, Texas, and he is being taken to reacclimatize. He's being taken to a medical facility where he will undergo assessment. He will undergo evaluation and a process of reintegration. Now, as you say, there were other countries involved in this. Sweden acted as an intermediary between the United States and North Korea, and China was involved in facilitating his transfer from North Korea through China back to U.S. custody and eventually back to the United States.
So, from what we have been told, there's some sort of a a mental illness? Is he was off his medication? What do we know about that?
I don't have any information on that. That's not something which has been confirmed to us by senior administration officials, but we do know that he is said to be in good spirits and in good health, that he was able to speak to his family while in U.S. custody in China. But now they will want to look very carefully at his mental and physical health to understand why he ran across the border from South Korea to North Korea. We do know that he was facing dishonorable discharge at the time. He'd just been in prison in South Korea for assault. And all we know about his opinions and about his motivations comes from the North Korean government. So it's not necessarily the most reliable source.
Yeah. All right, very interesting. Jonathan Savage, thank you so much for the update.
Thank you.
Jonathan Savage from Fox News. I mean, why else would you run off into? I mean, it's one that really, and they don't want him. So now he's back, and what a mess.
Is it thought he was deserting? He didn't. Is he trading?
I saw a report that involved someone close to the family who was saying that he was having difficulties, and obviously he was facing charges in South Korea. So I imagine that probably played a role in it. But running away is one thing. Running into a country like North Korea is another. It's just not going to end well. Although I guess you could say this one did end pretty well.
I was going to say he's extremely lucky. I think they gave him back, right?
Yeah.
They just turned him right back over.
Because they easily have looked at him as being someone who was a spy. Jeff Hartz was in the military and was stationed somewhat in that area. Jeff, good morning.
Good morning.
So
I was actually stationed right where that gentleman ran across the border.
Wow. And
you actually sent a photo as well as evidence in case there was any question. How do you pronounce that place?
Panmunjom.
Panmunjom.
Did you learn any language while you were over there? Or probably just
I mean,
key
you learn to get by with some basic catchphrases when you're there. Annyeonghaseyo means good morning or hello, how are you?
Yeah.
Stuff like that. I was there for 1988, which was also the same year they had the Summer Olympics in Seoul.
Okay, all right.
So it was Panmunjom is the truce village where, if you look at that picture that I sent you guys, there's a raised platform about halfway down that building. That is, in the village itself, the actual border between North and South Korea.
Okay, wow.
And we would have tour buses come in, which is how this gentleman got from Seoul up to the village and ran across the border because he snuck onto one of the tour buses that goes up to the border. Both the north and the south sides have tour buses that come through to, it's basically a tourist attraction.
Wow, that's interesting. And he gets off the
bus. I would have to go into North Korea about 4 times a day to go in. You go into the building where they have the actual truce talks back in the 50s, and still to this day, because the Korean War never actually ended.
Right.
They just called a ceasefire, and it's an ongoing truce.
Sure.
So since only one force is allowed in the building at any one time, we would go in, and the first thing we would have to do is go over to the other side of the room, which means now you're in North Korea, and lock the door to make sure they don't accidentally walk in as well.
Yeah. Wow. That's
and
so
there have been plenty of incidents at that truce village. A few years back, you might recall the North Korean soldier that defected, that they were showing the video on national news. That was right there in the same village.
So it is interesting how we are. So this is a country we are not friendly with. We do not have diplomatic relations yet.
Yeah.
There are rules of interaction. I guess it'd be rules of engagement, rules of interaction that we follow very orderly in order to not have a problem day in, day out.
Correct.
Yeah, that's
and
very interesting.
They hold monthly or bi-monthly meetings, at least back then they did, where their security officers for both the us on the south side and the soldiers on the north side, they'd sit down and say, okay, hey, well, this past month this happened, or this past month that happened, and the other side would have the opportunity to explain what happened, just to to make sure there aren't any ongoing hostilities getting increased. They have monthly meetings, and they have 4 different governments that stay there. They talk about how we don't have direct contact, and they use the Swedish embassy as part of the go-between.
Okay.
There are Swedish and Polish officers and Czechoslovakian officers who used to be there in '88 that would be on site as the 24-hour go-to people to pass messages through.
And what years were you? When were you there?
I got there in '88.
Okay.
It was a 6-month assignment. When you first get there, you have to meet certain qualifications. And once you've met those, they put you up there for 6 months on the border, where you're working a 9-day work week and then have 3 days off. So 3 days, you're literally stationed right there where that guy ran across, and then you're training for 3 days, and then you're what they call a quick reaction force, which is basically the backup to the guys that are up there on the site.
Wow,
so in case something happens, you can run up there really quick and help out.
All right, interesting stuff, Jeff. We appreciate the photo. Thank you.
And thank you for your service.
You're very welcome. Talk to you guys soon.
You have a great day. Thank you.
And Jeff, it's get to the chopper. You forgot the 2. Get to the chopper.
I mispronounced it. That's right.
All right,
Thank
good
you,
stuff.
Jeff.
Thank
Take
you.
care, guys.
So Tim Reed here. Tim said where that kid ran over was where I was stationed as well from 1975 to 1976. My company commander and platoon leader were axed to death by North Koreans a few weeks after I left.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow.
I never knew that story.
Yeah.
That's Tim Reed?
Yeah. Wow. So, interesting little part of the world, right?
Wow.
And especially back in the 70s. It was the further you go back to the 50s, the more tense it would have been. Right?
Wow.
Wow. Okay, let's see. We have. Do you want to just try this just quickly?
Yeah. You want to do it?
I mean, I have. So go ahead, Davey. You don't want to try it?
No way.
Oh, you're not going to try it now.
No.
What do you got in there? Cookies, though? You got cookies in there?
Mm-hmm.
I thought a second ago you were like, yeah, I'll do it. I love
I
hot
told
sauce.
Jeff, I said, no, I put red hot on everything, but not in soda.
But not in soda.
All right, so Josh Allen was captured, and he didn't even know he was being recorded. But at one point,
I don't buy that, but okay.
Did he have that aw shucks look on his face?
I don't think so, but all these things, okay, he didn't know he was being recorded.
Okay, so maybe he did. But essentially, he was eating chicken wings. Was he eating chicken wings or something? And he had a soda with him. It was a Pepsi Zero of some kind. Anyway,
which by the way is if you ask for a Diet Coke in Europe, they give you Coke Zero. I know this is Pepsi, but they give you Coke Zero. There's also Diet Coke over there, but it's harder to find. But Coke Zero is what everybody serves, and it's also like 1 calorie. And it's also very good. I have it with a Diet Pepsi.
All right, and I have a generic Coke, cola,
right.
generic cola. So he was consuming some type of a cola beverage.
About a tablespoon, he says.
Right, and he put hot sauce in it, and then drank it. I can't. Well, you're putting quite a bit in there.
Well, that's a large tablespoon.
That's a large tablespoon.
That's more than a tablespoon.
Okay, thank you, Dave.
So apparently, this is the new trend. We're going to try it here on the show.
I have to say,
spill hot sauce on the board.
I do have to confess that I am a lover of Frank's Red Hot, to the point where if you're nasal congested a little bit, a little tablespoon just to eat a tablespoon, to me is something that I would do. In other words, I can eat it with a spoon. Love it.
Like soup. He has Red Hot soup.
Love it.
Yeah, Red Hot is good stuff.
And with a soda, it's not like you can mix it up, because you'll get fizz all over the place. But I'll try it.
So again, some people I know they put Red Hot on everything, but I don't mind it. But I don't usually put it in anything.
It's very interesting. I got to tell you, what it would be with chicken wing sauce, buffalo wing sauce that has butter in it. So I guess I'm not sure how the consistency of that would work. But actually
I don't like it.
Putting Red
Gross.
Hot in here, I don't think it's that bad. I think it's actually, you can taste the Red Hot.
Yeah, I don't like it. You can definitely taste the Red Hot.
It's not something I think I would do every day.
I don't think I'm ever doing it again. I'm going back for another sip, though.
I don't think it's that bad. So you can.
To me, this tastes like a cold tomato soup. I have a generic soda here. Maybe it tastes different in yours.
Well, and the other part of this is that I'm a big fan of Bloody Marys. And you're supposed to actually use this in a glass of fountain soda and put a celery stick in there and mix it up. That's how you would mix it up a little bit.
Oh, yeah, I bet you the celery stick makes a world of difference.
I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's all that bad. The new hey, listen, Josh Allen has that. Kelsey has that.
Now I want to try Taylor Swift.
WIBX, Utica, Rome.
For the second time, a Republican presidential debate without the frontrunner. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
Donald Trump hides behind the walls of his golf clubs and won't show up here to answer questions like all the rest of us are up here to answer.
So Chris Christie called him Donald Duck. Ron DeSantis, second the most polls, was center stage on Fox Business.
We want to reverse this country's decline. We need to choose law and order over rioting and disorder.
Former Vice President Mike Pence said if he's elected,
we're going to open up federal lands. We're going to unleash American energy.
The auto workers' strike also got attention.
Go picket in front of the White House in Washington, D.C. That's really where the protest needs to be. Disastrous economic policies that have driven up prices.
And as Fox's Jared Halpern reports from the Reagan Library debate, Vivek Ramaswamy got into it with his rivals again.
Sparring over energy, Ukraine, foreign policy, immigration, and their own qualifications.
I honestly, every time I hear you, I feel a little bit dumber for what you say.
Former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley renewed her sharp attacks on businessman Vivek Ramaswamy. She was on the receiving end of jabs from fellow South Carolinian Senator Tim Scott.
Talk about someone who has never seen a federal dollar she doesn't like.
Now, instead of debating, former President Trump met with non-union auto workers in Michigan. The union's threatening to expand their strike again tomorrow. President Biden met with picketing workers Tuesday. Today, House Republicans will hold their first impeachment inquiry hearing as they investigate the president's alleged ties to his son Hunter's businesses. The American soldier who fled to North Korea in July and then was kicked out of the country yesterday is back in the U.S.
According to a defense official, Travis King landed on a military aircraft in San Antonio, Texas in the early hours of this morning. The 23-year-old ran from South Korea to the north in July. He was on a civilian tour without authorization and was about to be dishonorably discharged.
That's Fox's Jonathan Savage. America's listening to Fox News.
I've told you about my lower back pain and how kneeling in church on Sunday was becoming nearly unbearable. Sebastian Gorka here. I've also told you about how Relief Factor has helped almost eliminate my pain. Now, let me tell you what Robert in California says about his experience with Relief Factor. Robert writes, I didn't think Relief Factor was working until I ran out mid-month. After about 3 days, the pain was back to where it started. It was a great test for me to see how much Relief Factor really works. 3 weeks from now, you could be doing the things you enjoy doing and living the life you love. Your first step to becoming pain-free from aches and pains from daily living could be just to order the 3-week quick start for only $19.95. After trying Relief Factor, over 500,000 people have gone on to order more. Go to ReliefFactor.com or call 800-4RELIEF to find out about this offer. That's ReliefFactor.com. or call 800-4RELIEF. Feel the difference with Relief Factor.
We have clear skies and 43 degrees. WIBX News Time is 7:02. Good morning, I'm Jeff Manaski. This news update is brought to you by the new destination Kia of Utica, Commercial Drive in Yorkville. A water main break prompting a boil water advisory from the Mohawk Valley Water Authority. That order was issued yesterday afternoon after affecting customers in parts of the city of Utica and the town of New Hartford. The impacted areas include Mohawk Street in Utica, east toward Sherman Drive, south to Pleasant Street, including Pleasant Street, Waterford Lane, and Hingham Road. The advisory is expected to be in place for 48 hours or until lab testing confirms there are no contaminants in the water. If you draw tap water for cooking or drinking, you should bring it to a rolling boil for at least 2 minutes before it is consumed. 22nd District New York Congressman Brandon Williams is back from the U.S.-Mexico border and is blasting progressive fantasies for the current migrant crisis, and says even rural communities that he represents in central New York are at risk of becoming border cities. Williams sounding off on the current crisis that brings thousands of migrants to the southwestern border each day, overwhelming the resources of many border states, leading to the relocation of thousands of migrants in different regions of the country. He said on Facebook, New York City and every other sanctuary city have created their own migrant crisis. The progressive fantasies, sanctuary cities, free health care, open borders, cashless bail, and accelerated work status will turn every community in central New York and across America into border cities. You can read more at WIBX950.com. In the Syracuse area, one child is dead, 2 adults in critical condition after they were found inside of a running vehicle. The 3 individuals were discovered yesterday in a parking lot outside of the Grant Village Apartments. All of the victims were taken to a hospital. Officials say the toddler could not be saved. No foul play is suspected. Officials are investigating whether they may have been exposed to possible carbon monoxide. Family members of the teenagers killed in that officer-involved shooting earlier this month are planning to file lawsuits. Relatives of Lueth Mo and Dal Apet have filed notices of claim against the Onondaga County Sheriff's Department. Those teens passed away after being shot by Deputy John Rosello. He says that Apet and Mo were in a stolen vehicle that was attempting to run him over. The New York State Attorney General's office is still looking into the incident. Rocker Bruce Springsteen will not be performing in central New York until next year. Springsteen was supposed to play at the JMA Wireless Dome in Syracuse on September 7th and was supposed to perform at the MVP Arena in Albany on September 19th. Those shows, though, were postponed because he's recovering from peptic ulcer disease. The rescheduled date for that concert is expected to be revealed sometime next week. If you can't attend or bought a seat through an official ticketing company, you will have 30 days to ask for a refund. And police agencies across New York are able to apply for a portion of $50 million in state funding. The money can be used by law enforcement outside of New York City to buy new equipment and modernize operations to help them prevent and solve crimes. It'll be up to the Division of Criminal Justice Services to split up that funding. The application deadline for departments is November 8th. WIBX News Time is 7:07. Looking forward to a great weekend, but before we get there, we've got to get through the end of this week. Here's what we can expect later today.
I'm Eyewitness News Chief Meteorologist Craig Flint in the WIBX Weather Center. Today, a mix of sun and increasing clouds, especially into the afternoon and evening. Mild for the afternoon, a high near 70. Tonight, partly to mostly cloudy, low 48. And tomorrow, more clouds than sun with some light rain or drizzle, mainly to the south and southeast, a high near 70. For more on your local forecast, tune to Eyewitness News at 6 on WUTR. I'm meteorologist Craig Flint on WIBX 950 and 106.9 FM.
We have some clouds, 44 degrees. It is 7:07. And it is Thursday. That means Thursday Night Football tonight on WIBX. It's an NFC North Division showdown as the Green Bay Packers and Detroit Lions square off at Lambeau Field. The Pack coming off an 18-17 comeback win over the Saints in Week 3. Both teams come in with a record of 2-1 on the season. More football news. The Giants will be using a fourth different starting offensive line combination in Week 4. Andrew Thomas is set to return to left tackle after pulling his hamstring. He's set to play Monday night when the Giants take on the Seattle Seahawks. Elsewhere, Jets head coach Robert Saleh and a number of key veterans are agreeing with Aaron Rodgers' recent criticism. Cornerback DJ Reed said Wednesday that Rodgers is right, calling out his teammates for showing frustration on the sideline. The star quarterback said during his weekly appearance on the Pat McAfee show that the team needs to grow up a little bit. Jets off to a 1-2 start so far this season. The first overall pick in the 2023 NFL Draft expected to make his return to the field in Week 4. Panthers head coach Frank Reich said that quarterback Bryce Young is on track to return to the starting lineup when they play the Minnesota Vikings on Sunday. Some baseball action. The Mets split their doubleheader against the Marlins. New York captured the first game of the Twin Bill. And the nightcap, they lost by a final of 4-2. Adam Ottavino tagged with the loss after allowing 2 runs, just 1 earned in an inning of relief. The Yankees got a victory 6-0 over the Blue Jays. Garrett Cole, a complete game gem. Complete game shutout, 5 Ks. He allowed just 2 hits, picking up his 15th win of the season. Giancarlo Stanton drove in a couple of runs. The Yankees now 81-77, so they cannot finish below 500 this season. They close out their 3-game series tonight at the Rogers Center. Smitty thinks Garrett Cole is going to win the Cy Young Award.
I heard that coming in.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, he's pitched great this year.
Going to happen, right? You feel like it's going to happen?
I think it's going to happen. He's second in wins. He's first in 3 categories in the American League pitching.
Okay.
And he's the only offense that the Yankees have, and I think he satisfied sold it up yesterday after his performance.
All right.
And then again, I could be wrong.
But I got to say, I think we're trusting what you say here. So let's see. All right, we'll break. Coming up, we'll speak with Becky Doolan and a sports memorabilia event that's coming up. If you have sports memorabilia, this is going to be very cool. If you're into getting it, also very cool.
And a couple of a former Giant and a former Bill doing meet and greets this weekend at the Herkimer County Fairgrounds.
All right, we'll do it all coming up here at WIBX. It is 7:10.
Hi, folks. This is Congressman Brandon Williams. As your representative in Congress, if you need help with the IRS, the VA, or Social Security, I want you to give my office a call. I can help cut through any red tape and make sure you're being treated fairly. To receive assistance with any federal agency, please call my Syracuse District Office at 315-233-4333. 315-233-4333. Or visit brandonwilliams.house.gov. brandonwilliams.house.gov. It's an honor to represent you. Paid for by official funds authorized by the House of Representatives.
Attention business owners, this is John Souza, CEO of ERTC.com. The Employee Retention Tax Credit Program provides up to $26,000 per W-2 employee. If you're confused about the program, stop right now before it's too late. Don't fall for false promises and risk your business. All ERTC companies are not the same. The bottom line, there's no such thing as guaranteed eligibility, and being innovative with tax filings can lead to an audit. At ERTC.com, we won't mislead you to attest to your own eligibility. At ERTC.com, everything is done in-house by expert CPAs, and there's no cost to get started. With the ERTC.com Fast Track Refund Program, you may qualify to get your refund in as soon as 48 hours. Get started today at ERTC.com.
Get your free refund information now. 800-200-3009. 800-200-3009. That's 800-200-3009.
Hey, if it's concrete you're looking for, it's Brank Construction. Call Brank today at 315-894-3481. Concrete driveways, sidewalks, stone walls repaired, retaining walls, stairs and cellar entrances, basement floors, garage floors. If it's concrete or masonry work, nobody does the job better. They'll get the job done right and right on time. Call 315-894-3481. David and Rocco Brank, 315-894-3481 for masonry and concrete.
GMC continues its commitment to professional-grade engineering in Sierra. GMC, we are professional grade. GMC well-qualified buyers step up to GMC with 0.9% APR for 36 months on 2023 Sierra light-duty models. Visit Matt Naimi GMC right on New York 12 in Boonville or online at mattnaimigmc.com. Driving forward together. Monthly payment is $28.16 for every $1,000 you finance. Average example down payment, 16.9%. Some customers will not qualify. Not available with lease and some other offers. Take new retail delivery by 10/2/2023.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Hi, this is Deacon Dan Hurley, the Executive Director of the Good News Center. The Good News Center is once again proud to present our 9th annual Flags for Heroes event, honoring active military, veterans, and first responders. We invite you to be part of this beautiful tribute displaying the red, white, and blue of 1,000 American flags along Utica's Memorial Parkway, November 2nd through November 12th.
And this is Jackie Warmoth, Vice President of Clinical Development. We invite you to sponsor one of our flags during the Flags for Heroes event. Proceeds will benefit Citron's military program. This program helps veterans and service members returning from duty who are faced with physical, psychological, and emotional changes in their lives.
You can show your support and gratitude by sponsoring a flag in memory of or in honor of your loved one for only $35. Call us today at 315-735-6210 or log on to thegoodnewscenter.org. A special thank you to Tucker Backyard Pools and Spas for sponsoring our 9th annual Flags for Heroes event. We invite you to be part of this beautiful tribute displaying the red, white, and blue of 1,000 American flags along Utica's Memorial Parkway, November 2nd through November 12th.
The Angie's List you know and trust is now Angie, and we're so much more than just a list. We still connect you with top local pros and show you ratings and reviews, but now we also let you compare upfront prices on hundreds of projects and book a service instantly. We can even handle the rest of your project from start to finish. So remember, Angie's List is now Angie, and we're here to get your job done right. Get started at Angie.com. That's ANGI, or download the app today.
WIBX 950 and 106.9 FM. This is Keeler.
Hey, the official coffee of the Keeler in the Morning radio program is Daylight Donuts in New Hartford, and the pumpkin is back. Pumpkin lattes. They have those delicious pumpkin cheesecake muffins, apple cider donuts, all in at Daylight Donuts right now. And you can take advantage of all of that. And the coffee is Seattle's best. A lightning drive-through. You're in and you're out and you're on your way at Daylight Donuts in the village of New Hartford.
So, speaking of morning beverages, we tried a little something different here this morning. And it's got a weird...
It's not as bad as you thought it was, right?
I mean, I'm still sipping on it, to be honest. It does have a funky aftertaste. I don't want to say funky. It's different. It's just different. But
so this is the Josh
horrible.
Allen concoction where he puts Red Hot, or actually chicken wing sauce, in his soda. So, well, we gave it a try. I will tell you, I threw mine out. In studio right now is Becky Doolin. Becky, good morning.
Good morning, and thank you for having us today.
Tell me about your... can I see one of those flyers?
Absolutely.
I would love to have one of those. And Davey's all excited about this event at the... this is going to be down in Herkimer County at the fairgrounds, right?
Yeah, right in Frankfort.
All right, so it's the Legion Collectibles Sports Cards and Memorabilia Show.
It is.
And it happens Saturday from 9 until 3 p.m., Talk about, and you have some big names coming in.
We do. We have autograph signings by Joe Morris, former Super Bowl 21 champion, and also famous of Syracuse football. I mean, He's got like 15 records up there, which are, I don't know, some of them are shared now, but he still owns many of them, and they've retired his jersey number up there too.
That's cool.
And we have Ronnie Harmon coming in from Buffalo Bills, which we're very excited because he hasn't really done a lot in signings lately. So, the market's not really flooded with him, and he's looking to get out there again, which I'm very excited to have him.
That goes back to the 80s, right?
He was 1986 Buffalo Bills #1 draft pick, 16th overall.
And I do think when a player doesn't sign a lot, that helps, right, for value.
It really does. I mean, we've got some great players, and we're always grateful for people like, I know Doc Gooden comes up a lot, and we've also had some Yankees that have come up. But I really like it when somebody who hasn't been out there comes out and signs. And, we live in an area that's flooded with what they call Bills Mafia. So, I mean, he's very popular.
And I'm assuming jerseys and all cards and everything. You're gonna have
one of our vendors is out from Buffalo. We've invited vendors from all over New York State.
Okay.
And he runs Cards for a Cure. And so when he does trade shows, his profits go towards juvenile diabetes research, American Cancer Society. And he also likes to do local ones too. So he procured a couple of jerseys from the Buffalo Bills. Josh Allen actually donated a jersey, which will be a salute to service. And he signed it, and it's been authenticated by Beckett. And then we have one from Damar
Hamlin, yeah.
Sorry, Damar Hamlin. A little bit nervous.
You got Josh Hamlin and Damar Allen.
Josh
there
Hamlin.
you go. And we got Red Hot in the Soda over
here.
here.
And then there's Alan Damar, who's...
Damar Hamlin's always very generous with his profits, and he supports a lot of different nonprofits, especially for kids in the area where he grew up. And those profits are going to go towards the Herkimer County Humane Society.
Okay, cool.
Legion's Collectibles has a 16 by 20 of Jim Kelly and Marv Levy, which has been signed and authenticated, that we're donating also for the Herkimer County Humane Society.
Okay, very cool.
Yeah.
So there's a cause on top of all of this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, nice.
Absolutely.
So is there a cost to get into the event?
It is $5 for an adult. Kids 12 and under are free. We also have the Buffalo Bills mascot that's going to be running around taking pictures. Billy Buffalo's going to be there taking pictures with people for their own devices. He's been out and out to a couple of events so far. He made it up to Barn Fest, and he made it down to the Harbor Fest down in Frankfurt Marina.
Okay. So kids are free. Kids under 12 are free. Is that right?
Kids 12 and under are free.
All right. Free parking. There's plenty of food and all of that. The autograph signings will happen between 11 a.m. and 1.
Yes, and we have some food vendors that are going to be there. Salomon's Pizza, who will be stopping by today with something for you all.
Oh, wow.
And they are wonderful. They are really a staple down in our area. And, well, being from New York, we all know pizza. Their pizza's great.
Yeah.
But I am a fan of their bread, the fried dough.
Okay,
We're starting early, so I highly suggest grab your coffee and your fried dough and start your day out right.
All right, great stuff. Is there a number anybody could call? Are you still accepting vendors at this point? Or
I will still accept some vendors.
Okay.
Somebody told me, I had 180 tables to work with, and they're like, "Oh, you're never going to use 180 tables." And I was like, someone hold my wine, because I'd love to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Because it's been fun, and I really want to bring more support to this area. We have venues that constantly get overlooked in this area, and the Frankfurt Fairgrounds is one of them. I mean, they've been great to work with. They've been wonderful, and we got people that are staying in local hotels that are coming in, and I
got to tell you, you have the most beautiful weather on tap.
We do. We were, I liked that we were going to be indoors, but it's going to be beautiful weather so people can walk around.
Yeah.
The Humane Society is going to be there with some pets to try and inspire some more adoptions.
That's cool.
And we're very excited for that, too.
All right. It happens on Saturday from 9 till 3, Herkimer County Fairgrounds, $5 admission, kids 12 and under free. And autographs and sports memorabilia should be really cool.
It really is.
And food.
We're very excited.
All right.
Yeah, once again, 11 to 1, Joe Morris, former New York Giant, will be there signing autographs. And from the Buffalo Bills, Ronnie Harmon, that's going on from 11 to 1. And then you mentioned some of the great autographed posters and things. One of a jersey of Josh Allen that's been authenticated. One for Damar Hamlin as well. Those will benefit the Herkimer County Humane Society. And it's a cool event going on this Saturday. Nice weather at the Herkimer County Fairgrounds.
All right, Becky, thank you.
Thank you so much for having us, and you all have a wonderful day.
Good luck out there. Have a great weekend, and I hope that weather forecast stays perfect for you, because it looks really, really good. Yeah. Quick break. It's coming up. Whole Bike is free money question of the day. We'll also do Mohawk Valley Crime Stoppers Wanted Person of the Week, and we'll talk a little about the impeachment inquiry as well. With Biden. What a world Washington is right now. Pretty crazy. 722 at WIBX.
Adirondack Home Furniture is fully stocked from wall to wall with top quality, durable, American-made pieces for any room. With over 40 bedroom and dining room pieces on display and quality sofas starting at $8.99, you're sure to find the pieces to transform your home. And don't forget, Adirondack Home Furniture has more than just rustic pieces. They carry a wide variety of modern, farmhouse, and traditional styles. If you're looking to transform your home or complete a room with a few pieces, now is the time to buy. why, because at Adirondack Home Furniture, you'll save the amount of the sales tax. Save the amount of the sales tax on any purchase for your living room, bedroom, office, and occasional furniture. All solid wood and American made, including in-stock items, clearance items, and even special orders. Adirondack Home Furniture has the best value and top quality furniture for your home. Visit them at the former Riverside Mall, Horatio Street, Utica, or browse the inventory online at AdirondackHomeFurniture.com.
I'm Scott, the owner of Solid Fire Pits. When I began welding my custom-made fire pits for friends and family, I shared them on TikTok because I was just so proud of them. Check it out. That's beautiful. I posted every new fire pit design, and more people kept ordering, from 26 states and counting. Then on my birthday, I had my best sales ever. Now how can the universe beat that?
Solid Fire Pits is just one of the 5 million U.S. businesses that rely on TikTok every day. TikTok sparks business.
Paid for by government.com. Have you heard? Morgan's silver dollars are back for 2023. For the 100th anniversary, the U.S. Mint released the first legal tender Morgans in 100 years. They sold out instantly. Now, Morgan's silver dollars are back in 2023, minted in 99.9% pure silver, but only 275,000 coins were minted, and they will go fast. The entire market and experts agree this is a big deal and an amazing opportunity for both coin and silver buyers. Just call 1-800-973-3094 and you are guaranteed a 2023 brand new uncirculated 99.9% pure silver Morgan dollar. But with limited quantities, you must call now. To learn more, call 1-800-973-3094. Plus, you'll receive a free bonus Patriots pack, new and improved, a $25 value free with every order. Call 1-800-973-3094 now to secure your new 2023 Morgan silver dollars before they are gone. That's 1-800-973-3094.
Hey, the Falcon Clinic in Washington Mills is accepting new patients. The Falcon Clinic is the area's premier osteopathic medical clinic. They're accepting new patients right now. Osteopathy, which allows the body to help heal someone, along with modern medicine. And, you know, Dr. Chmielewski was an ER doctor for several years, and now all under one roof. Dr. Chmielewski, Dr. Zielinski, Kosminski. And if you're in need of a new family doctor, a general practitioner, they're accepting new patients right now. Just call and set up an appointment. Call 315-507-4751. 315-507-4751 for the Falcon Clinic. The Falcon Clinic in... I was going to tell you to do one more for me. The Falcon Clinic in... I'll get this thing right. The Falcon Clinic in Washington Mills.
Hun, we need to stop putting off getting life insurance.
I know. It's just been so busy, and I'm sure the cost is out of our budget.
Well, Jen told me that they got a $500,000 term life insurance policy from Ethos for less than $23 a month. All online with no complicated forms and no medical exam. All they had to do was answer a few health questions.
Wait, no medical exam and all online?
I know, right? It's not easy to think about, but if something happened to you, James and I would be...
Okay, I get it. Let's get a quote from Ethos right now. Wow, you were right. There's no medical exam, and Ethos makes the whole online process fast and easy. And look at these rates and coverage options. It's great protection and totally fits our budget.
Ethos. They've removed all the barriers from getting coverage. Go to checkethos.com to get your free online quote. That's checkethos.com. Quote based on a healthy, non-smoking 30-year-old male with a 20-year term policy. Rates may vary.
WIBX 950 and 106.9 FM. This is Keeler.
All right, it is the Hobica Law Firm free money question of the day, which we will do coming up in a few minutes. Feel better about that. Davey will be doing that about 7:35. All right. Chance for you to win how much this morning? That's the big question. So each morning now we spin Siri around. Spin her around and see what jackpot she comes up with. How much money will be in the jackpot today for Hobica's free money question of the day?
$300.
Hey. Isn't that what we did yesterday?
And you gave away $300 yesterday.
Are you sure? Because that was $300 and we gave it away yesterday.
$300.
Okay.
Bill was double checking.
She's very, very, very insistent upon $300.
Can I tell you with this, Wayne chimed in here on this whole concoction.
I have a bunch of comments if you want to get to them.
Yeah, sure. The concoction here with the soda, and again,
Wayne has a good name for it.
I've got a generic soda here with Frank's Red Hot in it. This is what Josh
Allen, when he's, it's Buffalo, so you're eating chicken wings and, all of that. So he pours chicken wing sauce or Frank's Red Hot into his soda.
So we tried it here this morning. I didn't really like it. You didn't mind it at first, but you've thrown yours out. I'm still going.
I don't want to drink it. I don't think it's that bad. I don't think it's something I would crave. Whereas give me a piece of toast with Red Hot on it and a little ketchup and wonderful butter. Oh, that's so good.
Wayne says Frank's hot sauce has a lot of vinegar in it, and it's not hot. It's just tangy. I will say I do have I feel like I'm developing a little bit of heartburn here from drinking this morning. I get a little indigestion, but
$300.
I'm still drinking it.
Man, she is insistent on $300.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, be careful. Be careful. If you get heartburn, you don't want to be drinking Frank's Red Hot.
Yeah.
Okay, but Wayne has a name. He said you should call it the Bloody Allen.
Okay.
The Bloody Allen. I kind of like that. I think that's good.
Oh, no. Let me read a couple comments here before I share this. I'll tell you this off the air. I don't know if we can say this yet. Big Honey chimes in this morning. Didn't the guy sprint to North Korea to get away from the South Korean police? Why do we even care to get him back? That was on the, I was going to say deserter, but I don't know how we're characterizing him. I mean, he may have had a mental health issue, possibly, and was.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that, and I think there's probably a lot that we don't know. Well, there is definitely a lot that we don't know, but.
Matt in Holland Patton says, I had a friend break his leg while cross-country skiing, backcountry skiing in the Adirondacks. Lost his phone, and last minute he found it to call 911. He is a local guy to us. I don't know that this was anytime recently, but we were talking about the story about the rescues was it the DEC that was making?
Yep.
Yeah, and again, you can read some of that on our website.
So that was, there were two different ones. One, they took the person out in a helicopter. The other one was near Lake Placid. And they literally carried the woman out. She was a 64-year-old hiker from Niagara Falls, and it's rewarding the hiking in the Adirondacks with some of those peaks, but it can be very dangerous.
Absolutely, especially if you're not familiar.
Your iPhone today has the newer iPhones. If you were stuck in an area where you had no cell service, which you'll find as you get up into the Adirondacks and up into near Lake Placid and Whiteface and all of that, your phone can do an SOS using satellite, not using cellular.
Right.
And it will alert authorities to your exact location. It's really quite incredible. It's a great little addition, I think, to the iPhone.
Absolutely, because look, if you were, my grandmother was the type where she had a cell phone, but it was always off, and it was always like in her purse, and it was only if she was in an emergency would she ever use it. But if she was driving somewhere and went off the road and there wasn't cars passing by, you would think it was a remote location. So if you're stranded somewhere and you don't have service, what good does the phone do you?
Yeah.
It'll tell you how cold it is. That's all it can do. It'll tell you how cold it is where you're stuck.
I have more from Tim Reed on the. So we heard from Jeff. Jeff was stationed there, right where that soldier ran off the tour bus and ran into North Korea. And his story was, when I was a kid, I was stationed as well in 1975 and 76 in that very spot where that kid ran over. Tim says, my company commander and platoon leader were axed to death by North Koreans a few weeks after I left. After those deaths, we had much less physical contact with the northern soldiers. Tim also says, I learned a bit of Korean as well, mostly the bad words. And I think that's what, right, those are the things that you learn the key words to get you by, and then you gotta learn the bad words.
Yeah.
Okay. I also have a lot of comments, and I'd love to this morning, maybe there's some people who want to pipe in on this. And think about it. After the free money question, I'll take some calls on it. And the question, I got complaints yesterday from after Mike Galimi was on.
Okay.
And we'll give him a chance to talk about this, but, he's going after both of his opponents on the fact that they don't pay. They have had a history at some point of not paying their bills, and he went after pretty hard. I heard from 3 people yesterday, including one of prominence, who said I was very bothered by the comments because, number one, in this particular case, I know people who struggle to pay their bills, and a lot of times they're just not making enough money, and they're trying to get by, they're trying to pay their bills, and they may be late from time to time because they have to choose between food for their kids or paying that bill on time. So I was very surprised by the number of people who were bothered by his hammering of almost talking down about people who may not have a good credit score.
I would have to go back and listen. I didn't know that it was talking down.
I'm not saying that that's our conclusion.
Sure.
But I will tell you that 3 different people felt that way yesterday.
All right, so a couple of thoughts that I have.
That is not something you want to, if you're running for office, you don't want to alienate anybody. You want everybody to come into the tent.
So, absolutely.
And I think I said yesterday I would be very careful on the comments based on the fact that there are many voters in Utica who may struggle paying their bills on time every single month. And I'm not talking about reneging on a loan and saying, screw it, I'm not paying you. I'm talking about, man, we have this much left this month. We have this expense that came up. The car broke down. You need the car to go to work. We put the money in. We have nowhere to get any more money. And we're just going to have to put this bill off. And we'll pay it next month. So you get dinged on that, right? You're paying, especially if you go outside 30 days, you're going to get dinged. But all I'm saying is there were 3 separate people that were somewhat turned off by those statements.
Okay, so first of all, I understand that concern. I will admit that, for instance, my property tax bill is due the end of this month.
Are you going to reveal your late payments?
I will reveal 2 of them.
Okay.
Right. I tend to pay my bills on time.
Right.
Okay, I'm not going to tell you I've paid everything on time. And I think it's very few and far between those who have always paid every single bill on time.
Yeah.
Now, I can tell you that a simple error on my part last year, I think possibly in the year before, I ended up paying a small penalty because I looked at the tax bill wrong, and I thought that my bill was due by the end of October, and it was actually due September 30th, which is why I'm going to go pay my bill today.
So you made an innocent mistake.
And because of that, I had to pay, I don't know if it's a percentage or what it was, but I had to pay a little bit more when I went and actually paid the bill. Okay. So whatever. I mean, does that make me a bad person? No. And I don't think people should feel like they're a bad person because they didn't make a payment on time. Having said that, I think it's unbecoming of a mayor to be like delinquent on tax bills and other bills. Okay.
So you think that her missing that payment is a deal breaker?
No, not at all.
Okay.
I think it happens, but it's unbecoming of a mayor.
That's her excuse. It's saying, this happened. I didn't even realize it. I paid it.
Yeah, and then it happens.
And then they dug up. Samantha dug up bills that go back quite a ways. So.
I mean, and again, the reason I kind of feel that way is it's like that's the person who determines what your tax bill is going to be if you live in that municipality. So it's like the cop who pulls you over for speeding and you watch him blazing down the road at 70 miles an hour.
Well, I think that the difference would be if somebody doesn't pay their bills and versus and then has other people. Good example, the police officer.
I saw you on your
speeds,
cell phone. He drives
right.
by with his cell phone.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
All right. All I'm telling you is these were comments that came in yesterday.
Sure.
I was very surprised by that, but I did feel that at a little bit of a point, you need everybody to vote for you and be careful how far you go on. Not everybody has a credit score of 840 or whatever he said his was, 870. That's awesome, by the way. And maybe the deal is we should be looking at that as, wow, he's really good with money. Maybe he's the guy we want. Maybe that's how you look at it. But these three people did not look at it that way yesterday.
Here's the other thing. I couldn't tell you what my credit score is. I've always had great credit, excellent credit, like 800 range, ballpark.
But you might not, because you might have someone who's using a credit card and you don't even know it. That's why it's important to keep checking on it. Anyway,
yeah, so I haven't checked in a very long time.
I find that if you have a certain credit cards will automatically check your score, and you get it every day, and you're like, how did I go down? What? Because you haven't made a payment yet. It's showing your debt ratio, debt to income. It's amazing how the thing fluctuates during the month, which can be very annoying if you look at it every day. But at least once a month, it's probably a smart idea to look at it. I want to switch gears quickly. We'll talk more about it on the other side. If you want to pipe in on it, maybe you feel like these three people. Maybe you feel like Banaski on the issue of Mike Galimi yesterday. First, let's go to Rome Police Detective Shane Raiolo, and he's on the line now with the Mohawk Valley Crime Stoppers Wanted Person of the Week. Detective, good morning.
Good morning, Bill.
So, who are we looking for this week? And by the way, the story is up, along with the photo, up on our website right now at WIBX950.com. Who are we looking for?
All right, so Rome PD's wanted person of the week is Duhamel A. Scavone. He's 27 years old, 5'11", about 170 pounds. Mr. Scavone is wanted on 3 separate Rome City Court warrants. The first warrant is a bench warrant for disorderly conduct and resisting arrest stemming from a traffic stop in May of 2023. Second warrant is an arrest warrant for harassment in the second degree stemming from a domestic dispute in July of this year. The final warrant is an arrest warrant, 2 counts of harassment in the second degree and unlawful imprisonment, also stemming from a domestic dispute in September of this year. Mr. Scavone's last known address is 441 Park Drive Manor, Rome, New York.
So allegedly, this gentleman has had quite a busy year.
Yes.
Yeah.
Looks that way.
To put it gently, I guess. All right. So if you have any idea, there's a photo, a description. The address is up there, all in the story at WIBX950.com. You can check it out there. And the best way also inside the story are 3 or 4 different ways where you can report this through Crime Stoppers and talk about Crime Stoppers and the importance of being able to report without anyone knowing who reported, the anonymity.
Yes, that's correct.
By the way, the number, if you just wanted to make the phone call, is 866-730-8477. And it is true, if the person is apprehended based on your tip, there is a reward that is given out, a cash reward, depending on the severity of the crime. And again, you can get all that information on our website at WIBX950.com. Detective, thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you. You too.
All right. Thanks so much.
And again, you can find a photo description and the allegations against the wanted person of the week right on our website. We post that each and every week.
Davey, let's do our free money question of the day.
Are you not going to let me finish my point here?
I do want you to finish your point, but I want to get this out of the way first, and then we'll come back to it. I mean, let's keep
No,
flow.
because Celeste is going to say,
Flowing.
well, I heard what you said, and then I'm going to have to say, well, yeah, but 25 minutes later, I made my second point.
It won't be 25 minutes. Go ahead.
She doesn't pay the bill. The mayor doesn't pay the bills.
I
Rob
understand.
Palmieri is not cutting checks. So if someone's late, I think it's unbecoming, again, because someone could say, look, you're the mayor. You're the one who was responsible for determining what the tax rate is and how much I'm paying. Are you going to pay your bill? I can understand someone saying that, their tax bill. But it's not like if somebody pays late, like we have to worry that the city's bills are going to be paid late. That's handled by the comptroller's office. Rob Palmieri's not sitting there cutting checks every day going, did we pay the water bill? How about the electricity?
And yesterday, Mike Galimi took shots at both Celeste and Bob Cardillo, who has a history. I think it was brought up in his last election. So, there's a lot out there. So take it for what it is. Are you done? Do you think you've balanced it out?
See?
Everything's good.
Took 10 seconds.
Davey, what caller number are you looking for in there for our $300 free money question of the day? You're looking for caller number what?
Caller number 10.
Caller number 10. All right, pretty simple. 315-736-0186.
$100.
315-736-0186 is the number. We're looking for caller number
$300.
We're looking for caller number 10. The jackpot is The jackpot is $300.
I like it. She's cutting you off like you cut me off.
That's right. We're both really good at it. 315-736-0186 at WIBX.
Fall in love with being home again with a new mattress from Central New York's newest furniture and mattress store, Ashley, in the Marcytown Plaza on River Road in Marcy. Shop our huge selection on display and in stock by Ashley, Sealy, Stearns & Foster, and Tempur-Pedic. Right now, Ashley Hybrid Queen mattresses are just $6 a month for only $2.99. Sealy Posturepedic or Ashley Anniversary Queen mattresses, firm, plush, or pillow top, your choice, just $12 a month for only $5.99. Plus, experience better sleep and save on a luxurious Tempur-Pedic Queen mattress, just $41 a month or $21.99. Plus, get a $300 gift certificate with every Tempur-Pedic set. We have free mattress delivery, and we offer special no-interest financing for every budget with up to 5 years interest-free. Whether it's for the spare room, the kids, or yourself, Ashley has the mattress you need in stock and on sale right now. Save in-store only at Ashley in the Marcytown Plaza on River Road in Marcy. Stop in today.
Are you looking for a way to make a meaningful impact in your community? Hospice and Palliative Care invites you to be a part of something truly special. Meet Jasper, our beloved resident dog at the Siegenthaler Center in New Hartford. Jasper is more than just a dog. He's a source of comfort and joy for our patients and their families. We're seeking volunteers like you in helping to take Jasper for a leisurely stroll on our beautiful campus. Just 15 minutes to a half hour of your time, one or more times a week, can make a world of difference. Imagine the smiles and the companionship you can provide by simply taking a walk with Jasper. It's a small gesture that brings immense comfort. Ready to be a part of this heartwarming experience? Call us at 315-735-6484 and ask for our volunteer department. Join us at Hospice and Palliative Care and make a positive impact one step at a time. Call 315-735-6484 and be the reason for a smile today. Hospice and Palliative Care, caring for our community one walk at a time.
Who doesn't love a great deal? We all do. And that's why Bremer's Wine and Liquor has carefully selected 8 very special wines and priced them under $8. Sure, we already offer hundreds of wines for less than $8, but these 8 wines are truly remarkable, handpicked by our experts. You'll be amazed by the quality you're getting for such a low price, including award winners like Wine Spectator Best Values and wines rated 90 points or higher by Wine Enthusiast. Reds, whites, rosés, whatever you're into, you'll find it. And we're constantly updating our 8 Under 8 selection to help you discover more new wines for less money. All of our 8 Under 8 are wines you'll love and want to share with friends. They're all hand-selected, deeply discounted, and they drink like you paid a lot more. Hey, you've got good taste, and so do we, for under $8. Adventure into great new wines with our 8 wines under $8 at Bremer's Wine and Liquor on Commercial Drive in New Hartford.
WIBX 950 and 106.9 FM. This is Keeler.
We'll see. I'm a little, I'm feeling better.
Yeah?
I am, yeah.
Yeah, you're going to keep...
Actually, no, I might have it in the perfect place right now with a little less bass. I'll during the next break, I'll go onto the console and adjust again. But we're going to be in great shape by the time this show's over. I'm excited. Donna is in Yorkville, ready to take a shot at our free money question of the day from the Hobeika Law Firm, Joseph and Andrew Hobeika, 315-724-1600. Those are kabangers, not clackers. Good morning.
Good morning, Donna.
Hi.
Hi, Donna. You ready to go?
I hope so.
All right. So I did speak with Hobeika. The rule has to be, just so you know, if I say what color is Manaski's hat, you can't say
red,
green,
blue,
black, blue, yellow, green, orange, fuchsia. You can't do it that way. You got to pick an answer and stick with it. And if I get a chance, I'll tell you wrong, pick again, but it's got to be done that way. Okay?
So this is almost like is that your final answer kind of a thing. You get
okay,
one
but
answer.
you know, I've been listening every day since the TikTok thing, and that isn't how you're doing it. But we'll do it that way.
Well, sue me.
Well, we don't want to go that route again.
No,
either.
we don't. We don't. There's a history. Donna and I. Actually, we've come a long way, have we not? A great.
We have.
Yeah,
We have.
yeah. All right.
Listen, life is too short.
Life is too
It
short.
is.
Yeah.
So why even have hard feelings
You're
toward
right.
anybody?
You're
why
right.
hate anybody? Life is too short.
Yeah. All
Just
right.
live and let live.
I completely feel we should write a song about that.
Yeah.
Well, let's
I know.
live
It'd
and
be a
let
hit,
die,
don't you
though.
think?
Let's live and let die. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here is your question. Are you ready? You'll have 7 seconds. Remember, pick an answer. Here we go. This is it. Ronnie Harmon played what position? Ready, go.
Quarterback.
That's your final answer. Is
Well,
it? Is
you
it?
said you were going to tell me if it's right or wrong.
Okay.
If it's wrong.
That's wrong.
Well, you didn't tell me.
Okay.
You said in a lot of time.
Well, I understand. Okay. So what would your next guess be?
that.
What would your next guess be?
I don't know, running back.
Okay. It turns out he was the number 1 draft pick in 1986, and he was a running back. Yeah.
Okay,
See,
well, I would have made it then because we
Wait,
had more
wait.
than
By the
3
time-
seconds left.
Right. Okay. Well, all I can say is try again. And we
you
have
said
no. I'm not
you
going
said
to.
if there's time.
Oh.
Because I
yeah.
would have said like that girl yesterday, apparel,
Right.
clothes, jeans,
well,
whatever.
see, the difference with the girl yesterday is apparel, jeans. I could have said more specific, but she apparel, jeans are apparel. So that's why I said it. She
I
hit it.
understand that.
A
but
quarterback.
you've been letting everybody do that.
No, we don't. But listen,
Even though
yes,
they don't win all
yes,
the time,
yes.
they
my,
keep answering
my
answers.
My point
and you
was.
don't stop them and say, wait, it's the wrong one. Yes, Bill.
My point was before, and this is what I said, and you could back and listen to it if you'd like. I said, I talked to a biker, and the complaint is you can't just do a laundry list of answers.
Exactly, you
Okay,
said that.
and
you
I
said,
said,
if there's time,
so
you'll tell me the wrong answer.
I said,
and I can do another
from
one.
time to time, I may say wrong, try again, but I didn't feel like I had enough time to do that, and I came with that's the wrong answer.
But you did.
But from time to time is what I'm saying. Had you
Oh,
said,
come on,
listen,
Howie Mandel.
listen,
Let's go. Come on.
Had you said running back, you would have been an absolute winner. But you're going to win anyway because Davey's going to hook you up, and you can play again. And you're going to get the all-in-one food and fun card. It's a $25 gift card at Aquavino, Babe, 72 Taylor and the Cook. This is non-negotiable. ABC, the Adirondack Bank Center concession stand, or Nexus. Say thank you, Donna.
Well, hey, I'm trying to be fair.
Okay.
I'm just
All
going
right.
by your words.
All right. Well, take it up with Hobica. All right.
Okay.
All right. Stand by. Davey has you. So here's going to be the rule going forward. I will never say, try again. All right. Fair enough. We will never, from this day forward, we will never say try again. All right, Davey. Don't let me do it. If I do it, yell at me. She's yelling at him in there.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you see how the lawsuit happened 20 years ago?
Bill, this is why you should listen to me. I said you have to ask, is that your final answer? You get one answer. Is that your final answer?
I should have said that. That's your final answer. I did say that. You get one answer. That's how we'll do it. Fair enough? I believe that is how it's in the rules. We have pizza in here. Where'd that come
so this
from?
came from Salamone's Pizza. I'm about to try it. It smells fantastic, but I want to say thank you again. Salamone's Pizza is excellent pizza.
By the way, I can do it for you because we brought up Harmon. Ronnie Harmon was the first-round draft pick for the Buffalo Bills in 1986. Played on a Super Bowl team with the Bills. Of course, didn't end well. And he'll be signing autographs between 11 a.m. and 1 p.m., along with the former Giant Joe Morris at the Herkimer County Fairgrounds on Saturday. That memorabilia, sports card and memorabilia show happens from 9 a.m. till 3 p.m. on Saturday at the Herkimer County Fairgrounds.
I can tell you this is delicious. This is a thinner crust.
It's a New York style. It looks really, really good. It smells good. Okay.
You want some?
No. Ton of comp. She wins a prize for nasty. Wayne, now don't say that. Manaski, we have comments. So the question is, and you want to pipe in over the phone on this, 315-736-0186. There were people who were taken aback yesterday at all the emphasis put on the negativity put on Galimi's opponents for at some point in their lives having late payments, because it really wasn't with both of them, as far as we know. They're both making payments currently on their bills. So this was more about having a history of, from time to time, maybe, not paying on time. And there were, as I said, 3 people who took offense to that yesterday. Just bringing it up to see what everybody thinks. First one in, though, is Mike Galimi has a comment on this, too, right?
Yes. Okay, so my phone
Mike,
is going
I'm sorry. I'm just
crazy here.
Just telling you what I got yesterday.
All right. Mike Galimi says people have to pay taxes, so the city should be led by someone who will ensure the city pays its bills. The tax money the city collects has to be treated with the utmost responsibility because real people have to work hard for that money.
Good answer.
It is a good answer.
Good answer, Mike.
Rocky says, Mike lost my support when I heard him on a talk show opposing the hospital. He attacked those supporting MVHS and was obviously supporting the Zecca Group, which has cost taxpayers by delaying approval with expensive lawsuits.
Mike, if you want to call in and clarify this, because I knew you were maybe not all in, but I didn't know that you were all against.
I don't remember that either.
Yeah, I don't. But I think he was against it going. I do believe at one point he did not favor it going downtown.
Well, I think he was critical and had questions. Okay, so he said, Rocky says, if you can't see the positives of this huge addition to our city, then you lose my vote.
You know, I'd say when is Brett Truitt going to take that sign down? Because that is just now to the point where it is an eyesore. I had someone in town who was from way out of town. Recently, we were driving downtown, and they'd not been here in a long time, and I was driving them to show them all the construction that was going on down there. We drove up to Wolfspeed. We drove over to Nexus and the Odd, and then coming down back towards the to the east, to the left, they're like, what is that no hospital downtown business? So because it looks like it's a business, and I'm like, well, you have no idea. The protest that went on, it was just it was unbelievable. And that sign still is up. How about the sign comes down? You don't have to, it doesn't mean you agree with the hospital going there, but it's going there. So it comes a certain point where something is going to happen, and you have to kind of accept it. Is that fair? Take that sign down.
It's his building. He can do whatever he wants.
He can do whatever he wants. Take that sign down. Give me a break.
Okay, Fred in Clinton says, regarding the missing tax bill payment, is this a one-time thing or a pattern of behavior?
Well, it depends on, Samantha submitted this document, which looked like there may have been, I couldn't understand it all. I didn't know what each item was.
Right.
You know, I have to say, I don't know what all of that was. She has admitted that she was late and did not realize she was late in her tax bill. She's admitted she was late, and it was over 4 or 5 months. It was close to a year late.
John in Deerfield, I don't want to hear this BS about not making enough money to afford somebody's lifestyle. For several years, I lost a good job. I worked at a place that significantly reduced my family's household income. Tough decisions have to be made. But when it came to groceries or cable TV, the cable TV went away. Dinner,
I think there's a big problem with that, right? We say, boy, we have no money. Yet you've got all the premium channels. You have cell phone, which I guess is more of a necessity today than it ever was. But, you know, if you can't afford to pay the bills, you probably shouldn't afford to have the bells and whistles.
People today are incapable of eliminating the wants to support their needs.
I think he has a point. And I don't believe that it's all people, but there are certainly plenty that probably are like that, right?
Joe says, Jeff, First Source Bank app has your credit score on it as soon as you open it up. I didn't know that, but that's a good feature. Area man, additional examples of occasional late bill payment like Jeff's.
Hello, I am just an area man. I don't know any one specific place. I know all places here in the area, which is why I am area man. I like that.
Should tell us the personal finance management should not be an important qualification for this particular office. Raising these kinds of topics in a campaign is an old tactic, usually an alternative way of talking about issues that are more important to many voters.
The question is, how much does it move the needle, and could it have a negative backlash? And that's kind of why I brought it up here today.
Lance and Lee, I agree with Bill's other people that commented. Galimi seemed almost arrogant about his credit. Quite a few Uticans, I'm getting so many comments, the page keeps updating. Quite a few Uticans that I know feel he has a snooty, know-it-all kind of attitude that does not sit well with a lot of people.
Well, that was my point yesterday, right? And I didn't word it the same way, but I said, I would just be careful because there are a lot of people that struggle from paycheck to paycheck who may run into problems from time to time and may be offended by those comments.
All right.
However, if you're, everything's fair game if you're running for office, right? The question is, in terms of strategy, is your attack something that's going to help you or hurt you with some people? And that really is the issue right here.
Hawk says, what's her credit score? And then regarding the comments about the feedback you got, he says...
it's funny because that has come up in this race. I have never heard that as a qualifier. And,
same here.
The Trump, you gotta show your taxes. No, we don't want your taxes. We want your credit score.
He said, Bill, regarding the feedback you got, he said it was only 3 people. What's the big deal? Now, those are all the comments.
Well, I think that's significant for people commenting on something, all 3 having the same complaint. I feel that was based on what I normally receive personally, people taking the time to message us off the air. I felt that was significant.
I agree. And then I'll say this.
And clearly, by the number of people commenting on it, not a bad call on my part.
Donna, stay tuned. I've got an update on the free money question of the day here.
All right, I got a break.
The verdict is in here.
Okay, the verdict is in.
Yes.
We'll break, and we'll find out on the other side what the verdict is.
Some people are mad at you.
WIBX Utica Rome, it's 8 o'clock.
7 Republicans running for president in the spotlight again. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
We've got to address the underlying problem with Bidenomics, the overspending, taking all Biden's rules and regulations. I'm going to throw them in the trash can on day one.
Ron DeSantis was center stage with the economy a big issue on Fox Business. Governor Doug Burgum brought up the auto workers strike.
They need 2/3 less workers to build an electric car. Joe Biden, this strike is at Joe Biden's feet.
Now, the day after the president met with striking workers in Michigan, former Vice President Pence said,
Joe Biden doesn't belong on a picket line. He belongs on the unemployment line.
Now, the candidates also sparred, especially Vivek Ramaswamy getting into it in testy exchanges with Nikki Haley and Tim Scott, and those two also criticized each other. Another target, the no-show frontrunner, former President Trump.
You're not here tonight, not because of polls and not because of your indictments. You're not here tonight because you're afraid of being on the stage and defending your record.
So Chris Christie called him Donald Duck. The former president then told Fox Digital anyone who comes up with a nickname like that should not be running for president. The former president met with non-union workers in Michigan instead. While Republicans debated, President Biden was fundraising in California. Today, the House holds its first impeachment inquiry hearing.
The House Oversight Committee has been investigating the president and his family, and evidence could include whistleblower testimony and bank records. While the GOP will try to prove that President Biden profited from his son Hunter's business dealings and that led to policy decisions while he was vice president, the president has consistently said he had nothing to do with Hunter's work.
Fox's Ryan Schmelz. Travis King is back in the U.S. He was on that plane that landed early this morning in San Antonio the day after North Korea kicked the American soldier out of the country. King fled there in July to avoid being sent back to the U.S. to face Army discipline after being jailed in South Korea on assault charges. We're all losers. Nobody won the Powerball jackpot, so it grossed to $925 million. America's listening to Fox News.
I've told you about my lower back pain and how kneeling in church on Sunday was becoming nearly unbearable. Sebastian Gorka here. I've also told you about how Relief Factor has helped almost eliminate my pain. Now, let me tell you what Robert in California says about his experience with Relief Factor. Robert writes, I didn't think Relief Factor was working until I ran out mid-month. After about 3 days, the pain was back to where it started. It was a great test for me to see how much Relief Factor really works. 3 weeks from now, you could be doing the things you enjoy doing and living the life you love. Your first step to becoming pain-free from aches and pains from daily living could be just to order the 3-week quick start for only $19.95. After trying Relief Factor, over 500,000 people have gone on to order more. Go to relieffactor.com or call 800-4RELIEF to find out about this offer. That's relieffactor.com or call 800-4RELIEF. Feel the difference with Relief Factor.
Good morning. We have some clouds, 46 degrees. WIBX news time is 8:03.
And I have an update to the update on the free money question with Donna. Donna, you should call in. We will talk on the air. Call in. We have an update. Okay?
This news update is brought to you by the new destination Kia of Utica on Commercial Drive in Yorkville. A water main break and a boil water advisory from the Mohawk Valley Water Authority. That order was issued yesterday afternoon after affecting customers in parts of the city of Utica and New Hartford. Impacted areas include Mohawk Street, Utica, east toward Sherman Drive, south to Pleasant Street. That includes Pleasant Street, Waterford Lane, and Hingham Road. The advisory is expected to be in place for approximately 48 hours or until lab testing confirms there are no contaminants in the water. Now, the boil water advisory means that if you draw tap water for cooking or drinking, you should bring it to a rolling boil for at least 2 minutes before you use it for those purposes. Also, if your water is discolored in any way, you're advised not to use it for washing clothes because it could permanently stain the clothes. Additionally, you turn on hot water, it'll draw sediment. It could draw sediment into your hot water tank, and it will need to be fully flushed after that. Full details at WIBX950.com.
We had a listener yesterday saying they had very weak water pressure.
Yes, and I believe that was tied to the break.
This is all part of that.
22nd District New York Congressman Brandon Williams is back from the U.S.-Mexico border, and he's blasting progressive fantasies for the current migrant crisis. He says even rural communities he represents in central New York are at risk of becoming border cities. Williams sounding off on the current crisis that brings thousands of migrants to the country's southwestern border each day, overwhelming the resources there. He joined fellow Republican members of Congress during a visit to Eagle Pass, Texas, earlier this week. Williams saying on Facebook that New York City and every other sanctuary city have created their own migrant crisis. The progressive fantasies, sanctuary cities, free health care, open borders, cashless bail, and accelerated work status will turn every community in central New York and communities across America into border cities. He also posted a picture of the boots he wore during the trip, saying that the dirt on those boots reminds him of the anarchy, desperation, futility, and lawlessness that he witnessed firsthand during that trip. Rome City Police looking for a 27-year-old man who's wanted from Rome City Court. Duomo Scavone, wanted on 3 separate Rome court warrants, according to Rome Police. He is this week's Mohawk Valley Crime Stoppers Most Wanted Person of the Week. Full details at WIBX950.com. A sad story in the city of Syracuse. A child dead and 2 adults in critical condition after they were found in a running vehicle. The 3 individuals discovered yesterday in a parking lot outside of the Grant Village Apartments. All 3 were taken to the hospital. Authorities say the toddler could not be saved. No foul play is expected, but officials are investigating whether they were exposed to carbon monoxide. And rocker Bruce Springsteen will not be performing in central New York until next year. Of course, Springsteen was supposed to play at the JMA Wireless Dome in Syracuse on September 7th, and then at the MVP Arena in Albany on September 19th. Both of those shows postponed as he recovers from peptic ulcer disease. The rescheduled date for those concerts could be revealed sometime next week. People who can't attend and bought a seat through an official ticketing company would then have 30 days to ask for a refund.
I believe he was singing yesterday, like, I had a peptic ulcer, hurt real bad, I'm staying in my hometown. No?
Better adjust that mic again.
Yeah,
Bill.
I think so. Yeah, I think it needs a little more treble. Yeah.
WIBX News Time is coming up on 8:07. It is 8:07.
Don't
I'm
give
sorry.
her the money.
What? What did you just say, Siri?
Don't give her the money.
Stand by, Donna. We're getting right to you. We're going to be right with you.
Oh, boy. We're
going to be right with you. Don't go anywhere.
Don't give her the money.
Here's what we could expect later today.
I'm Eyewitness News Chief Meteorologist Craig Flint in the WIBX Weather Center. Today, a mix of sun and increasing clouds, especially into the afternoon and evening. Mild for the afternoon, a high near 70. Tonight, partly to mostly cloudy, low 48. And tomorrow, more clouds than sun with some light rain or drizzle, mainly to the south and southeast, a high near 70. For more on your local forecast, tune to Eyewitness News at 6 on WUTR. I'm meteorologist Craig Flint on WIBX 950 and 106.9 FM.
We have some clouds, 46 degrees. It is 8:08. All right, in sports, Thursday Night Football coming up tonight here on WIBX. Our coverage begins at 7:30. It's an NFC North showdown as the Detroit Lions head to Lambeau Field to take on the Green Bay Packers. Jets head coach Robert Saleh and some veterans agree with recent criticism from Aaron Rodgers. Cornerback DJ Reed said Wednesday that Rodgers is right when he called out teammates for showing frustration on the sideline. The star quarterback said during his weekly appearance on the Pat McAfee show that the team needs to, quote, grow up a little bit. The New York Giants hoping to grow together, if you will. They're going to have another lineup of linemen, another combination, I should say. Andrew Thomas is set to return to left tackle after pulling his hamstring in Monday night's matchup against the Seahawks this week. New York released an unofficial depth chart on Wednesday that also featured Ben Bredesen starting at left guard, John Michael Schmitz Jr. at center, and Evan Neal at right tackle. Giants currently off to a 1-2 start in the NFC East. Baseball yesterday, the Mets split a doubleheader with the Marlins. They won the first game and dropped the nightcap, a final of 4-2. Garrett Cole threw a gem, complete game shutout, 6-0. The Yankees beat the Toronto Blue Jays. Cole K'd 5 and allowed just 2 hits for his 15th victory of the season. Smitty says he is the odds-on favorite to win the Cy Young Award this season. And a significant trade. Go ahead.
You do. You think he earned that last night?
Yeah, he's second in wins with 15, and he's first in 3 of the categories for pitching.
Okay, fair enough.
I don't know who's ahead of him. Who would win it? It's probably somebody on the Tampa Bay Devil Rays or the Texas Rangers that won the division.
Right. Okay, but you say he's at the very least he's deserving of it.
Yes.
Okay, fair enough. Thank you, Davey.
A major trade in the NBA yesterday. The Milwaukee Bucks acquiring Damian Lillard from the Trailblazers in a 3-team deal that included the Suns. Portland receives Drew Holiday and DeAndre Ayton. Some picks got swapped as well. Lillard is a 7-time All-Star and spent his entire 11-year career with the Blazers so far. Phoenix gets Grayson Allen, Nasir Little, Keon Johnson, and Yusef Nurkic in the trade.
And the thought all along on that trade, Jeff, Damian Lillard wanted to go to the Heat. So Jimmy Butler went on TikTok yesterday and says the NBA should investigate the Milwaukee Bucks for tampering.
Okay.
Because they all thought he was going to go to the Heat. That was one of his demands, was to go from the Trailblazers to the Heat because he wanted to play with Jimmy Butler. Now he's playing with Giannis.
I think they got a really good squad now.
They sure did.
Okay, so and then Marianne chiming in here.
The free money question of the day. Everybody's going all over this thing. So what the rule is, after speaking with Joe yesterday, that's a bike on the line now? All right, hold on. After speaking with him yesterday, the rule is, okay, we'll have to know what is shocking you. The rule is one answer. You give one answer. You can't just do a laundry list of answers, right? And then, apparently I butchered it as I explained it this morning. What do you have?
Okay, Marianne says she should get the money. Listen to the tape. He told her he would say no and then let her try again.
Okay, that's really not that's not what I said or meant to say.
And then, sir,
and it won't be at all going forward. I can tell you that.
Sir in Utica says, is Donna's last name Trump? She lost. Get over it. Every once in a while, you let them try again.
That's what it is.
If it's a really obscure question, it is your choice to do with this what you want. It's your contest. It's not expected as a regular policy to give contestants another guess. Donna should be ashamed of her behavior. She's an adult, correct? I just read them.
Thank you, sir.
I just read them.
Here's Hobeika, Joe Hobeika. What's going on, Joe? Good morning.
Bill, I don't even know how this is morphed into what it's
I agree.
alleged to be morphed into.
Yeah.
One question, one answer. This is not, where you can go make your answer and then have it corrected. You get a 0 on the test if you get it wrong, and you're not going to get a full 100 because somebody allowed you to have 12 answers.
All right.
No,
Fair
I'm
enough.
sorry, but
all right.
I mean it's ridiculous.
All right.
I wouldn't succumb to being berated into giving the money.
Okay. I mean,
that's what I have to say.
It is your money, okay?
Hang up on Hobeika.
And the bottom line is one question, one answer. You get it wrong, too bad. Life's unfair. Sorry.
Siri doesn't know how to pronounce your name, Joe.
It doesn't matter.
You're right.
Hang up on Joe.
All right.
Goodbye.
All right, Joe. Thank you. Well, there you go. All right, Donna. Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay. Do you understand you get one answer? And I did say, from time to time, I may give you an opportunity to say that's wrong, do it again. That's what I said. You can go back and listen to the tape. However, with whatever.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay?
Yeah.
But going forward, Manaski, what is the rule?
Oh, I get to decide?
Yeah. You know what we
get
talked
one
about.
answer.
You get one answer. Yeah.
No.
You get one answer, but I can say, are you sure that's your final answer? And then you give that answer, and that's what you have to live with. But we can't think about it. It would not be, everyone would win every day if we did it the other way, right? It doesn't make any sense. Right?
No, she hung up.
Are you talking to me? No.
Yeah.
Well, they're not winning every day, and they are doing a laundry list.
They would if they did their. Listen, I'm not going to argue about this.
I don't want to argue.
Well, really?
I don't.
Okay, good.
All right, but listen, hold on. Time out. Stop. Why? This iPhone, I always hit the darn microphone button, and it's stop. It starts transcribing everything I say. I just transcribed my whole newscast here. It took me 25 minutes. No. It took me about 4 minutes to delete this whole thing. I have to tell you that Utica Comptroller Bill Morehouse weighed in.
Okay.
Not on the Galimi thing, the comments about the bills.
Okay, all right.
Bill messed up. Do I have to pay somebody $300? I said, are you serious? He said, I don't want Bill to get sued again. I'll gladly pay $300 on Hobeika's
Now I'm
behalf.
definitely giving her the money. All right, you'll get the money, but let me tell you, the contest rules going forward are very specific. You get one answer, and that's per the guy giving me the money, right, to give away. So that's what we're doing going forward. But because I don't, and it has nothing to do with a lawsuit, because I'd be 2-0 after your lawsuit. Trust me. But just to avoid all of this, Davey's going to hook you up, and we will send you the $200. Okay, $300.
$300. I appreciate that.
I
so does my
misspoke.
hat.
Yeah.
Wait. So why don't we split the difference here?
No, just give her the money. Get Davey.
Thank you.
Give her the money. All right, stand by. Give her the money. All right.
I got her information.
Okay, but you still have to talk to her. Right as soon as you're done chewing. All right. Pizza's pretty good, isn't it?
No, I'm eating nerds
now.
Okay, he's eating. He's eating nerds. Frank is in Utica on Utica Politics. Hello, Frank. Now Hobeika's calling back, and he's fuming. Hello, Frank. Good morning.
Good morning, Bill. I just wanted to chime in on the Galimi Celeste comments.
Yep.
All right. Everybody does make a mistake.
Right.
If you're the mayor, you have to be more prudent. But on the other hand, Utica deserves a full-time mayor. And Mr. Galimi said he won't give up his job to be mayor.
So you feel that is a disqualifier?
Yeah, you know what? I haven't chosen a candidate because they all sound pretty much the same. But his arrogance with his credit score, I'm happy for him. But a lot of people are not in a position that they can work full-time and have a full-time job and get a full-time pay if he's mayor.
Yeah,
and
okay.
I think the city deserves a full-time mayor. If he's committed to what he says he's committed to, he would become a full-time mayor. So obviously he's not committed to the city of Utica or the people if he's not willing to do that.
And you have not chosen a mayor. It leaves you with Cardillo. It leaves you with Celeste Friend, or
a write-in candidate, Courtney Muhammad.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I have to discount Bob because Bob lost the primary and he should bow out.
Okay.
People have already spoken and are not interested in him, and I think at this point he should bow out. There's not a lot of differences between Celeste and Mike. I think they're very similar as far as their stance with the city of Utica. But yes, they're diverse personalities.
Okay. All right. Very interesting. I appreciate your opinion there, Frank. Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a great day.
You do the same. I am a whiz at hearing voices. I think he's like a first-time caller. I could be wrong. Maybe he's called before, but has he called before, Davey?
No, I think he's a first-timer.
Yeah. Anyway.
He may have been in studio one time. I think he's from South Utica.
You think?
I think.
So, listen, that's a person's opinion. And where do you stand on it? You want to pipe in? 315-736. I'm already hearing from everybody. Hearing from everybody on the money thing. I just want to make it go away. I'm covering it. It won't even come out of Habaika's pocket. Done.
Why?
Get it done. I want it over with.
Why wouldn't you let Morehouse take care of it?
Because that I understand he's going to come in and save me, and Bill, I appreciate that, but that I feel that almost in itself was a bit demeaning, which is so.
Listen,
Bill
I
is
like
the reason.
Donna. I like
Bill
Donna, but
is the
she's
reason,
wrong.
Bill is the reason it's happening. I understand, but we'll pay it. It'll be paid. Okay, comments.
John in Utica. As a former business owner in Utica.
John in Bridgewater was a swayer, too. Stop being a crybaby, Bill. Pay her the money. I think that's what he said. And John should be happy. His good friend won $300 yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was rubbing his face in it,
She was. Maybe that's what he's been a little friction there. I don't know. It's possible.
All right, back to this tax issue and when you pay your bills and all that stuff. John in Utica says, as a former business owner in Utica, some of your candidates don't pay their bills, not just taxes. It speaks to their character.
Fair enough.
Chris in New Hartford, I totally agree.
But I think there's a difference between not paying your bills and being late on a bill. And as she claims, you have to believe her or not believe her. She claims she didn't realize it, and as soon as she did, she paid the bill.
And in fact, I think she said as soon as my colleague Samantha Clausen-Motesta posted on Facebook and notified me of it.
Correct. So,
I paid the bill.
Again, I'm not saying that she's telling the truth or she's not telling the truth. I'm saying she made a statement, a reason. It is up to the voters then to determine, do I accept it or do I not?
Chris in New Hartford, I totally agree with the person who said that people can't give up their bells and whistles when they say they can't afford bills.
Yeah, that's a problem today.
They're just being selfish idiots. Yeah. Where's my bell? Where is my bell?
You know, I do have to say, though, there are those who are not selfish, who are really taking care of their kids and putting the necessities inside the household that need to be for the kid to survive, for their kids to flourish. You do things for your kids that you wouldn't do. However, are there people out there that are giving to themselves and blowing money on themselves and got to have this bell and that whistle? I believe that's true, too.
And Deeds says, if the city comes second as the mayor, what kind of message are you sending the city? I'd like to hear her respond to that.
Okay.
I don't know that she said the city comes second, but...
wow, this has turned into a whole issue, hasn't it? This whole thing has, and you know who started it all? Samantha. And I'm not sure it's the outcome that she necessarily wanted. With some, it is. With others, they take a different side to it. That's the problem with politics. You think that when you make a statement, it's like everybody's going to agree. And that just doesn't work, especially today where we are. We'll take some more if you want. 315-736-0186, 822. I have a guy who says he was at a very terrible point in his life. And guess who saved his life? It was, well, I'll wait to tell you. I won't tell you now. I'll tell you on the other side of the break. It's 8:22 at WIBX.
Shop my truckload mattress sale going on right now at My Carl's. I have crazy low prices. Go check out the other stores. You'll come back to My Carl's. Plus same-day delivery at My Carl's New Hartford Shopping Center.
Consumer Cellular's award-winning customer support is 100% based in the U.S., and you are 100% based in the U.S. That's something you have in common with Consumer Cellular's customer service. Consumer Cellular's customer service likes pizza, and you like pizza. You want a free month of service, and we want to give you one. We obviously can't wait to hear from you. Visit consumercellular.com/free month and enter code FREE MONTH to get your second month free. Consumer Cellular. When freedom calls, we're here to answer. Promotion is subject to terms and conditions.
If you love them enough to turn off your music and pretend like their music is your music,
this is Mommy's jam.
then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Let's play it again.
Check today at nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
And paid for by Linear Marketing Group. Are you drowning in debt? Are you struggling to make minimum payments? Did you know that on average, a household with at least one credit card struggles with over $17,000 in credit card debt? If this sounds like you, know that it's not your fault. Credit card debt happens to good people. Credit card companies lure you in with low introductory rates and low minimum payments. Before you know it, you're in over your head. We've helped thousands of good people just like you become debt-free with our Debt Reset program that will dramatically reduce your debt down to a fraction of what you owe. Our Debt Reset program is customized to get you debt-free in as little as 24 to 48 months with one low monthly payment. If you owe over $10,000 in credit card debt or even personal loans, call 800-587-7251 now. There are no upfront fees or out-of-pocket expenses. You don't pay a dime until we succeed. Call now to see how the Debt Reset program can work for you. 800-587-7251. That's 800-587-7251. Again, 800-587-7251.
What's holding you back from learning the language you've always wanted to know?
Too hard.
Takes too long.
Not with Babbel. Babbel's lessons take just 15 minutes a day.
15 minutes isn't long.
Nope. And they're fun.
Fun isn't hard.
Right. Babbel's interactive lessons, podcasts, games, and more make it fun and engaging, so you don't realize you're learning a language, but you are. And Babbel's lessons are built around real life. You can choose from topics like travel, business, relationships, and more. You'll learn what matters most to you. Plus, Babbel's lessons are designed to get you speaking right away. In 3 weeks, you're able to start having conversations.
Just 3 weeks? Even better.
Since Babbel's lessons are designed by language experts and voiced by real native speakers, you'll get the accents just right and be able to carry on conversations with confidence.
Learning a language with Babbel doesn't take long.
And with Babbel, it isn't hard.
It's perfect.
And now, try Babbel free at Babbel.com. That's BABBEL.com. Babbel.com.
GMC continues its commitment to professional grade engineering in Sierra. GMC, we are professional grade. GMC well-qualified buyers step up to GMC with 0.9% APR for 36 months on 2023 Sierra light-duty models. Visit Matt Naimi GMC right on New York 12 in Boonville or online at mattnaimigmc.com. Driving forward together. Monthly payment is $28.16 for every $1,000 you finance. Average example down payment, 16.9%. Some customers will not qualify. Not available with lease and some other offers. Take new retail delivery by 10/2/2023.
Hey, it's River Hills Properties, the fastest growing real estate company in central New York. Nobody sells homes like River Hills. You know, Bill and Robin Monjo, 15 years ago, started River Hills Properties. One listing agent. It was Robin. And now, today, they have over 30, and they're the #1 independent real estate company in all of... I may want to at least try one. I'll tell you how I eat it to stay on my diet. It's really exciting. They are the #1 independent real estate company in all of central New York. How is that? Well, it's all about the services they provide. In the very beginning, they said, we'll make ourselves different. The only way you can do it is by doing things that real estate companies don't do around here. They create a book. Every potential buyer that walks through the doors of your home or is ready to buy your home receives a book. Could be 100 pages, depending on the size of the property. Everything there is to every improvement, every Did you improve the insulation? Did you improve the furnace? When was that done? Is there a brand new central air system put in, etc.? Oh, that addition. Here's who did the addition. Here's the contractor. Here's every receipt that goes along with it. It becomes the manual for your home. What a great tool when selling your home. It just helps sell the home. It shows the value of the property. It helps you get what you're asking for. And who knows, maybe even more. Just one of the things they do. And you know your listing agent is there every time the house is shown, period, no matter the price of the home. It's River Hills Properties in Barneville, Little Falls, and Utica. Online, it's riverhillspropertiesllc.com. Nobody sells homes like River Hills Properties. And right now, Jimmy Fallon tickets on sale through Ticketmaster. Jimmy Fallon and Kennedy at the Stanley Theater. Their tour is hot right now, and tickets are selling. It'll be Veterans Day, November 11th. And River Hills has sponsored Hero tickets that you can purchase through the box office at the Stanley only, whether you call them or you visit. You buy a pair of Hero tickets, and it goes to a veteran who can't afford to go to the show. You can do so by calling the Stanley box office today or visiting them at any time. It's sponsored by River Hills Properties.
WIBX 950 and 106.9 FM. This is Keeler.
I'll tell you.
How about the Powerball right now? You see what that number is? We're almost back up to $1 billion. And you could be just like that guy that won the $2 billion and is buying all these houses out in California that are worth so much, and he can't afford to keep up with them. He's going to be broke in another couple of years.
Wouldn't it be something if he filed for bankruptcy before we get another winner?
Boy, that's possible. You
something?
hear these stories of what these people go through, what they go through after winning so much money. It blows my mind. Right now, the Powerball jackpot is at $925 million. It is very, very close. I mean, it's making its way. And then the Mega Millions is at $276 million. The 50-50 raffle of the American Legion is worth $350 right now. That's where they're at.
And speaking of winning money, we have your Keeler cash code this morning. If you're frustrated with me for forgetting to do it again in the 8 a.m. news, just know I've been dealing with my stuff for 40 years now. It's tough on this end, too.
Yeah.
All right, so your cash code for the 8 a.m. hour is 634. 634. And in the 9 a.m. news, I'll have your 9 a.m. Code coming up. But you have a chance to win $100, 634. Enter it at WIBX950.com. And, of course, we're counting down for the grand prize drawing of $30,000. That'll be next month, which starts in a couple days.
Comments coming in, still rolling in on the on the Donna issue. Oh, boy. And on the two big issues today, one that I didn't think was going to be. The woman yesterday made several guesses. She got it right on the first one, so the rest were irrelevant. That is true. Steve said that what happened yesterday. Her first guess was correct. And that's when we decided we can't do this laundry list thing anymore.
Yeah.
It just isn't. It's not. It just doesn't. Otherwise, you're giving away money every single time.
Right.
So it wouldn't work. My wife, pay the money. Wow.
You better listen to her. Was that the swaying vote right there?
Yeah, that was just it. Pay the money. Hobica, you never should have paid that money. Wow.
Going forward.
Wayne, she wins the prize for nasty. I think I used that one already.
Jeez.
Give her the money. Bye-bye. That was Wayne.
A couple of other comments here. Deeds in New Hartford said on the tax issue once again that I read the comment wrong. I meant him. I'd like to hear respond to that. So I threw in her. I thought it was her response to that. I'd like to hear a response to that. He meant Mike Galimi. So if it comes to this, if the city comes second as the mayor, what kind of message does that send to the city? I don't necessarily think it means he's.
So she's talking about Galimi not working full time.
Right, but he has said, I don't want to put words in his mouth or add language, but he has said that he would do the full-time mayor thing and that he could, in his current job, he could condense the hours or something and do it. And when he wasn't working.
Man, this race is just filled with a whole bunch of stuff, isn't it? So very interesting.
Now, I got more on this. I got more on
Okay.
this. Let me just get one more. I'm loading it back up here. They're coming in so quick. Britt in Utica. We've had several mayors with, quote, jobs outside of being the mayor. Mike is a younger man with a family. He wants to support his family the way he has been all along. Why should that change if he has the time to commit? I feel like that's ostracizing younger people from public positions unless they're personally well off.
Okay.
I mean, other mayors who've either operated businesses or had, quote, other jobs, Dave Ruffero, Mayor Tim Julian.
I wonder what all of these issues, if they have any bearing on the race, whether it be the full-time thing or be the didn't pay off a business loan, was late on paying a loan, any of these issues, I wonder if they play a big role in the race with people. I imagine with some that it will, but I just don't see it moving the needle all that much.
I wonder if people just vote however they're registered. Most people just vote however they're registered. She's the Democrat, I'll take her. He's the Republican, I'll take him.
Well, I think
let the Roman speak.
They make people bring up these issues to kind of discredit the other person more than they actually are making it. Come on, a lot of these issues you can find things in anybody's. Oh, he had 3 driving tickets, or
right.
What does that have to do with anything?
Yeah.
And it's just
I think it is interesting because I think a lot of things, someone's credibility, someone's integrity, that sort of thing does play a role. And as Julie says this morning, the fact is politicians, those running for public office, should be held to a higher standard.
I agree.
And I think that's fair.
Yeah. And speaking of a higher standard, let me put a bow on this and say, Dave from Floyd says, tell Donna to eat my shorts.
Okay. Wow.
Really raising the bar here.
Classy. Very classy.
I'm sorry. I think that came from my wife. I'm sorry.
Congratulations, Donna. Got $300 tonight. And if this morning for our free money question of the day, which we do each and every morning at 7:45, your chance to win $100, $200, $300, $400, $500. All you have to do is know the answer, and going forward, you get one answer. Can I also say Salomon's Pizza? This pizza is phenomenal.
Yeah.
And here's the thing that shocked me. You know, this came out of a food truck. He cooked this in a food truck.
Oh, he just did.
It's excellent.
Yeah,
it was fresh this morning. You got to try Salomon's. It's a food truck. My goodness.
Like on a Friday night, my wife will order pizza, and I'm on this diet where I'm struggling with it, but I'm getting there. And I don't want to eat the crust. Even though that's a thin crust, I don't want to eat the crust. So my way of eating a slice of pizza is I take a fork and I take the cheese off, and that's what I...
Cheese is the cheese scraped off.
It's okay to do that on your keto diet.
Well,
so you eat the cheese, you don't eat the dough.
Correct.
I should bring you and my son out to dinner some night.
Oh, that's what he
because he
does.
takes the cheese off and eats the dough. You could eat his cheese and he'll eat your dough.
The difference between eating it together, by the time you're on this diet for a couple of months, you crave that dough. You want that dough so badly. Just like Donna wanted $300.
But isn't there I buy bread that's keto bread.
Yeah,
how come there's not keto pizza dough?
That's a good point. And there might be. They come up with all these things. Yes, this is made out of asparagus. This dough is made out of asparagus.
It's not really bread.
Tastes just like regular dough.
It doesn't.
Yeah, it doesn't.
No.
Try our cauliflower pizza. I don't think so.
Yeah.
It doesn't taste the same. Richard, I usually respect many things Samantha says, but recently all I see are lies and stories from her. She will really help friend win this mayoral race if she keeps it up. As long as she keeps trashing her and supporting Galimi, this will help friend. 8 a.m. has more, or Sam, I'm sorry, has more enemies than friends, trust me. And Sam's closest isn't to clean Bill. Sam's closest isn't to clean Bill. She has issues that should... Oh, that
closet.
She doesn't.
Closet isn't too clean.
Her closet isn't clean, Bill. That's what he was saying. She has issues that could be brought up. Celeste wins in a landslide. My prediction.
Oh,
that's Richard saying.
I'd
that.
like to make a wager on that one. I'm not saying Celeste can't win, but in a landslide, was he talking 70-30, 60-40?
That's what he's saying.
I don't know about that, but the Sam thing, she didn't lie. She did not lie.
Well, she completely misspoke. There was no $100,000.
No, she said that she heard that it was going to be a $100,000 fundraiser.
Embellished.
Okay. But the truth was that she was having a fundraiser, and it is in the process of having a fundraiser in Brooklyn. She was wrong on the timing of it, and she put a dollar amount on it. But she, it's not a lie. It's not like she made that up out of whole cloth. I think she went too far. She went too far. Go ahead.
I'm not going to get into it. I disagree. I feel like when you tell a story, you better darn well have your facts straight. Otherwise, you're misrepresenting someone. And, even if the problem with the politics today is we take an element of truth and we blow it up. It's like every story seems to be like that in politics today. So for that, I'm saying I'm calling BS on that. I'll get to you in a second, Rick. Mike is on the line on Donna and her $300 precious dollars. Good morning, Mike.
Yeah. Good morning. I think that's tough. I mean, you guys are really fair. Oops. You guys are really fair with the questions sometimes. I know myself. One time, it was like when I first started listening, you had the question. I guess the singer for the outfield guy.
Right. Right. That. Yeah.
And you were looking for the outfield, and I said center field because that was the first thing. But and it's funny because when that happened, I didn't even think about like challenging it. And then I remember the next day people said that they heard me and stuff, and then I thought about it. It was one that I think Morehouse actually gave on that one.
Yeah, I think, and so you were a recipient from that, and in this case, I was just like, you know what, I now Wayne wants me to play the audio back and hear exactly what I said. I'm pretty sure I said you can give one answer, and I might say that's incorrect. Guess again. But Donna's saying I said, and then I will say incorrect. Guess again. If I have time, whatever it is, whatever the rules are in place now going forward. Period. No debating. Period.
I love
that. Hobaika all fuming over this.
And before too. I mean, basically, sometimes the questions are tough, and I think you make good judgments. Sometimes, sometimes you'll say, okay, we'll give you another. You'll say
correct.
That.
Sometimes I feel like we pull a question. It's so difficult. You had no chance of ever winning. I may want to be like, you know what? Let's give you another question. So I've done that too, and I don't know.
I don't know if you remember this too.
This is what happens when you give money away. Imagine how they feel at the lottery. I mean, it's just terrible. People yelling at them.
When Andrew was still there too, there was one where you asked it, and I didn't have the answer, and then you asked something like off the wall, like can you guess like what year this happened, or like I think the telegraph, and I just threw a year out, and then I went online, and I happened to be right. It was weird, and I think that one Andrew ended up actually paying off.
Right. Yeah, we've had a few. We've had a few controversies. No big surprise. If you followed my career, no big surprise. One quick one with you, Mike. Have you already uploaded the new operating system onto your Mac?
Is that out now?
It's out.
It's not until October.
It's out.
Is it out now?
It is out. Yep.
Wow, that's early.
Not everybody has gotten the opportunity yet, but it is out, and they're doing the rollout right now. I'm gonna put it on one computer, but not my main computer because I have too much work on that right now. Because there could be some bugs in the first, right? So beware.
Yes.
Beware. Okay, they usually have the fixes out pretty quick.
Yeah, they do. But if you're like Rick and I, and we're producing a TV commercial or something, there's no time to screw around. So
never update in the middle of a project.
All right, Mike. Thank you, man. Have a wonderful day. Thank you.
Mike's language there. He said, "Call in to challenge." Have we become the NFL where you can throw a red flag? We go to a booth review.
I do love the commercial out there that they're out at the front and the bus is coming, and it's the mother and her son, and then the neighbor, and the neighbor's like, hey, you should come over to our house on Saturday and, whatever. And the mother's like, oh, yeah, I'd like to do that. And the kid's like, yeah, but, Mom, you said you hate going over there.
Oh, yeah.
And then they throw the challenge flag, and the mother's like, where's that bus? That's a good commercial. Davey.
Yeah. It's our good friend Joe Malachi on 3 wants to talk about Donna.
Okay. Hello, Joe. Good morning. Good morning.
Have you really cleared it up, though, Bill?
I don't know. I hope so. I mean, we've just decided we're just going to give her the money. I'm not going to argue about it.
Well, no, I mean, just moving forward, it sounds to me that you said, well, we've got it all cleared up. We're not going to have any confusion moving forward, but I think that there could be confusion.
So,
I mean, you have to have the person somehow establish that that's their final answer. Because let's just say the question is, name Santa's, reindeer that has a red nose.
Right.
So, and the person is kind of like
Blitzen.
he's trying to remember, is it Comet, Blitzen, but and then you could say, well, you said Comet first. I heard Comet first, so sorry, you don't win.
So what
I had to
you're
go
right.
through them to get to Rudolph.
It would
so
take.
How does that work?
It would take another attorney to call in and throw a monkey wrench into this, wouldn't it? So, here's the deal. I should say, is that your final answer?
I agree with Jeff. Jeff had it right all along.
Yeah.
He's right.
Yeah,
he's
I think
right
so.
again.
Yeah.
Thank you, Joe.
All right, Joe. Thank you.
It has to be a final answer because then that establishes it.
Okay.
That's it.
All right. Fair enough. Thank you for the advice.
All right.
You send me the bill in the mail. All right. Thank you.
Kevin in Utica.
Will do.
Kevin in Utica. As a contributor and a longtime friend of this show, I feel it would be in poor taste to call in to win Hobica's money, let alone someone who's always calling in with something to plug. I think he's taking a little shot at Donna there.
Well, listen.
Essentially, he's saying she's gotten $300 in promotional mentions in the past.
For those that don't know, back when I had my TV show, Donna disagreed with the decision on a scavenger hunt we had, and it was like a $10,000 or $5,000 prize, and she took me to court.
Oh yeah, that was a big case.
It was.
I was at Fox at the time, and I remember.
And we aired the whole thing. We aired the whole thing. And the court found in our favor, and she got nothing. So there is a history of Donna and winning and challenging, which is, at this point, why I just said, it's $300. Let's pay the money and move forward. And as Joe said, and the other Joe said, both attorneys, you better lock this in and figure this out. That was Hobica. And Malachi, he's right. We should ask, is that your final answer?
Bill Salamone says, hey, Jeff, I'm the owner of Salamone's Pizza. I'm glad to hear that you're enjoying the pizzas. These were phenomenal, and I can't believe, not like I'm knocking a food truck, but I would just think it came out of a regular pizza oven.
Yeah.
It's delicious.
All right, can I break and come back and speak with Rick Lewis? Rick, are you okay with me taking a little bit of a break? I do want to tell you that time is running out on your opportunity to win a 3-4 month supply of chemicals and supplies for your hot tub or spa, and it comes from the fine people at Tucker's Backyard Pools and Spa. Very simple. All you have to do is download the WIBX 950 app. It's very easy to do. You go to on your phone. You can go to the App Store for an iPhone, or for the Androids, it's Google Play. Search WIBX 950, download the app, and then once you have it, you then message us with one word, Tucker, Tucker, and that's Tucker Backyard Pools and Spa, and you'll automatically qualify. You have until Friday to do it. We'll pick the winner at random next week. No controversy involved. You'll get a 4-month supply of pools, spa supplies.
Yeah,
all right.
Chemicals.
And by the way, they at Tucker Backyard Pools and Spa, they have the artisan spas. They are wonderfully beautiful, made in the USA, a great brand, and they have about 8 or 9 of them on display on their showroom floor at their brand new store just down from Big Apple Music to the west. As you're heading towards Westmoreland and Clinton, right on Route 5, you'll see their brand new facility, Tucker Backyard Pools and Spas. Ben and Tommy will take care of you, and download that app and enter by messaging us with the one word, Tucker.
Hi, this is Bill Cole from Gates Cole Insurance with exciting news. We are expanding with a couple of new offices in our area. One new location is North Country Estates Insurance in Lowville. They are another independent insurance agency that takes pride in making customers happy and fits our culture at Gates Cole perfectly. Here is William Schaub from the newest Gates Cole agency, North Country Estates Insurance in Lowville.
Working with us as an independent agent with this many companies, we will often call our clients and say, we're going to reduce your premium if you like. We have the companies that do well in New York and specifically this area. The coverages that we provide are commercial and personal insurance. That's the home, the auto, ATV, motorcycle. There's nothing more fun than taking care of a customer and being able to tell them that we're able to save them some money.
Proudly representing Finger Lakes Fire and Casualty Company of Trumansburg, New York. Gates Cole Insurance. We'll take care of you.
WIBX 950 and 106.9 FM. This is Keeler.
Portions of today's program brought to you by Steep Honey Mazda. Make it easy for you to find the right used vehicle at the right price. Thanks to their Mazdas winning so many awards, they're seeing record sales volume and taking in all kinds of vehicles on trade. And Ricky Z wants to offer you one location, all makes and models, with Mazdas, Hondas, Subarus, Jeeps, GMC Dodge, Hyundais, and more. And if you need a lower price or payment, Rick says, let's make your deal. Where it's easy to do business, pre-owned vehicles all over the lot. One location, all makes and models, Steep Honey Mazda, Commercial Drive in Yorkville.
One more here. Mark in Rome says, Jeff and Davey had pizza for breakfast. Donna had sour grapes.
I love it. The lines are great this morning. Wow. Rick Lewis from the Capitol Theater in Rome. Good morning.
Good morning.
Are you rolling your eyes when I said that?
No. Well, you left the E out of my name, and now people are going to come after me for money because I'm not that rich guy, Rick Lewis.
Okay, you're
Rick
E. Lewis.
Yes, E.
Did you see him roll his eyes?
I did.
I mean, I'm telling you, this is a morning and a half here. I can't even believe it.
You finally got your mic fixed, but yet nobody's happy with you.
Yeah.
Everybody's got a complaint.
So, Rick, what do we? This has been quite amusing.
Well, yeah, this has been quite. I heard it in the car, and I was listening. Wow, there's politics stuff going on again in here, and you're talking about money,
politics, money, controversy.
Oh my gosh!
Holy moly!
But I didn't come here for a controversy. I just wanted to talk about this weekend's movie.
You're lying.
Okay, my nose is growing. Oh, what movie are we playing?
Are you doing a movie series? Oh, that's good, Pinocchio. Are you doing a movie series every weekend? Is that what you're doing?
Well, we're not doing a movie series. It just seems that October. It's just full. The calendar is full. We've got Pinocchio this weekend. Next weekend, it's the Cat Video Fest. I still don't understand how people watch cat videos.
What is that?
Boy, cat
It's
videos.
like funny videos where they're like playing with a ball and they fall off the table or something.
You never
like that.
watch YouTube?
Listen. My wife has a cat that is pornographic.
Oh.
It's unbelievable. This cat will lay down on its back, legs go one way, arms go the other.
Right.
It's like, here I am, take me for who I am.
Well, I'm talking to your wife. I want to
unbelievable.
I want to have a clip of that to play because we're taking local cat videos.
I will send you.
So send me a clip.
I think I probably have some video where it's, it's like cover that cat up for God's sakes.
Oh my gosh, well, it's a G-rated show, but everybody has a cat. They've probably seen their cats do.
I think she's wearing a coat, so I think she'll be fine.
Okay.
So you're literally, and is there a national part of this? Is there like a film?
Well, yeah, there's actually it's the cat videos. It's a national thing. They've been doing it since I think they said 2012.
Wow, I did not
know this. And every year they come out with this movie that's made of just clips from cat videos and a narrator.
Cats are very unique.
Yeah,
are you a cat owner?
No, in fact, the ironic part is I'm allergic to them, and I do this cat video festival, and
believe me, you'll be even allergic to that. But it is interesting how cats are so. A dog will do whatever you want. A cat is like a cat does its own thing.
Not my dog.
No, not your dog.
The thing is, I'm learning about cats. Like I've only heard the feral cat stories,
right.
And I've talked to a couple of people, the Humane Society. She goes, "Well, I don't like that term. We call them community cats." I go, "Community cats?
Say anything today.
They live out. They live totally
yeah.
self-sufficient out, but they're not made for." Being with people.
Okay.
They don't attack you. Like the name sounds like they will attack you when they see you, but they're just roaming around. You don't do that with dogs.
We're not even doing it with people. We still call them homeless. We don't call them outdoorsmen.
No, they're
right?
not. It's not homeless. It's what do they call unhoused individuals.
Is that right?
That's what that term is.
There's a new term for everything.
Yeah. A new term.
All right, and then this weekend, though, talk about the times for
Pinocchio.
Pinocchio.
It's 2:30 in the afternoon and 7 o'clock in the evening. And we have a giant papier-mâché whale and Pinocchio and the cricket.
Okay, cool.
Out front.
Well, what's the cricket's name? He was one of the best characters in
Jiminy
Cricket. That's right.
Do you realize that here we are going into fourth quarter, and before you know it, we'll be doing our annual Christmas show.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
This year, I believe, it's going to fall on a Friday because I think Christmas Eve is on a Sunday, I believe, or a Saturday, one or the other.
Yeah, you're right. Christmas, I believe, is on a Monday.
So
Christmas Eve is Sunday.
Our show will be on Friday going in, and you always do something crazy.
I have something planned, and
right.
I think it's going to be fantastic.
I'm looking to get into a band this year, so if you need an extra.
Where are you planning on being this winter?
Right here.
Christmas.
Right here.
In here?
Yes.
Not in the stand.
Yes.
We haven't necessarily finalized that yet, but it is we had a lot of technical difficulties last year, and we pulled it off. But
I documented it all.
And then a snowstorm, and
I shouldn't have said that. I'm pushing for it to be here. There's an element of controlled chaos and a coziness all at the same time. 3 seasons in a row, but
Yeah.
So it will be a great show and one you won't want to miss either way.
All right. Well, we're looking forward to whatever you do. Pinocchio this weekend at the Rome
Rome Capitol Theater.
Thank you so much. Yeah. On the line right now, he is the White House correspondent, chief White House correspondent with Gray TV, the one and only John Decker. Good morning, John.
Hey, good morning to you, Bill. Hope you're doing well today.
Let's start with the debate from last night. You know, I've read all the headlines this morning, and Other than Nikki Haley, it does seem that it was kind of uneventful. What was your take?
I agree with you. It was. I watched the entire debate. I was there actually covering debate number 1 in Milwaukee. But nothing changes the dynamics of that race for the Republican nomination as a result of that race last night. Nikki Haley, I thought, had momentum from debate number 1. Her poll numbers went up nationally and also in those early states, Iowa and New Hampshire. We'll see if she can keep that momentum up. We'll see what the polls indicate. I think she had a good night overall. But, what she's looking for, as well as those others that were on that debate stage last night, is an opportunity to go one-on-one against Donald Trump, the front runner. And I don't know if anybody's going to get close to him, when he's leading by 40 points. In most national polls right now.
Well, and not only that, and I had said I didn't think Trump had a chance to win next time around. I feel like I'm in the process of eating my words. You saw that poll that came out this week that's got him 10 points up on Biden. And if Biden's compared to the other Republican candidates, I think the polling shows he beats them, but Trump trounces him, at least at this point.
Well, that's one poll.
Well, that's one poll, but yeah.
Yeah, it's one poll, but here's the thing. People, it surprises me because people forget this. National polls, I ignore them. I mean, because that's not how we choose our president. We choose our president through races in individual states. And to me, I have to see how Joe Biden is matching up against Donald Trump in Pennsylvania and how he's matching up against Donald Trump in Georgia and Arizona and Wisconsin. That, to me, will give me a better feel for where the race is to be president, in 2024, more so than a national poll that comes out. And I think that particular poll that you're citing, it's an aberration. When you see most polls that come out, including an NBC News poll that came out this week showing it nationally, essentially a dead heat between Trump and Biden.
And you're right, because the question there is really who do you like, who do you dislike? It's not as much who are you going to vote for. And I do think that Trump has the ability to make people vote for someone they don't necessarily like, i.e. Joe Biden, who consistently lost in presidential runs. I don't know many people that say, I'm a huge Joe Biden fan, but they voted for him out of fear and hatred of Donald Trump. And that makes a whole unique dynamic. And, oh, by the way, it's October of the year before, so we have a long ways to go.
We do, and I think that everything you said, I don't disagree with at all. 2020 was, Joe Biden won not because of this great, overwhelming love for Joe Biden, a groundswell of support for Joe Biden. It was because of dislike of Donald Trump. It wasn't like 2008. Barack Obama won because Barack Obama had a groundswell of support, and there was nothing that John McCain could have done in 2008 to beat Barack Obama. A different dynamic entirely existed in 2020 for that presidential race.
And then quickly on the impeachment inquiry, your thoughts here. Obviously, it's currently being overshadowed by this potential shutdown, which we'll talk about next. But on the inquiry, your thoughts?
Well, first of all, as you point out, terrible timing, that you're launching an impeachment inquiry 2 days before the possibility of a government shutdown, and for Republicans who may be tuning in, I think they'd love to see a hearing taking place at the southern border, talking about, the record number of migrants that we're seeing coming into the U.S., rather than, focusing on what right now is a fishing expedition in terms of trying to tie Hunter Biden's finances to the finances of his father, Joe Biden.
So we may make it through the weekend to be able to get past to Monday, but it does seem very difficult to avoid this government shutdown.
Yeah, I don't think that we are. I think we're going to see a government shutdown Saturday night at midnight. Both sides are far apart, and even though the Senate passed this legislation that would have kept the government running, it was bipartisan support too. 80 senators supported it in the Senate. But it's dead on arrival in the House, and the reason being is because you have conservatives in the House and the Republican conference saying to Speaker Kevin McCarthy, you put that bill on the floor, we'll withdraw our support for you as Speaker of the House.
Yeah.
So it does indeed look like we are likely to have a government shutdown, and that would impact every federal worker. It would impact service members. It would impact Border Patrol.
That's what I wanted to ask you, John.
All of them would not get paid until we see that being resolved.
Republicans cannot cry that we have this horrible situation at the border, and I know Democrats are now too, and then allow this to happen because it's only going to get worse. Am I wrong about that at the border?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if things are going to get better or going to get worse.
Is there an expectation?
Well, they'll probably
is that
still.
Things that certainly have not gotten better over the course of the past year.
I mean, are they expected to show up and work even though they're not getting paid? Or at least there will be a delay in their pay?
No, they're furloughed. Unless you are deemed someone who's essential, like an air traffic controller, you are going to be, sitting at home and not getting a paycheck if you're a federal worker, and there's no situation that resolves this possibility of a government shutdown.
That's going to be on Republicans. They better keep that in mind.
John Decker, as always, we appreciate your time. Thank you. Have a wonderful week, and we'll talk next week.
Thanks, Bill.
Right.
You too. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. John Decker, Chief White House Correspondent with Gray TV. All right, Hobika says Donna's now made it $100 every day till further notice. We'll negotiate with him later on today. I got to go. WIBX, Utica, Rome.
They all want to be our next president. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
Joe Biden's Green New Deal agenda is good for Beijing and bad for Detroit.
The reason why people are striking in Detroit is because Joe Biden's interference with capital markets.
But former Vice President Mike Pence and Doug Burgum were often overshadowed at the second Republican debate on Fox Business by Vivek Ramaswamy.
I have a radical idea for the Republican Party. We need to win elections.
So he defended his use of TikTok to campaign.
Part of how we win elections is reaching the next generation of young Americans where they are.
That drew the ire of Nikki Haley.
You're now wanting kids to go and get on the social media that's dangerous for all of us. You were in business with the Chinese that gave Hunter Biden $5 million. We can't trust you.
But Haley herself took a few shots from Tim Scott, and some also targeted the no-show frontrunner Donald Trump. Ron DeSantis said,
Donald Trump is missing in action. He should be on this stage tonight.
Chris Christie called him Donald Duck for ducking the debate. The former president replied to Fox Digital that anyone who comes up with a nickname like that should not be running for president.
I spoke to him exclusively late last night, and he says he has no regrets. Quote, I thought it was much more important considering I have a 56-point lead for me to be dealing with the UAW and the fact that the Biden administration administration is going to destroy their jobs over the next 2 years by going all electric.
Fox's Brooks saying that it is day 14 of the auto workers' strike, and the union's threatening to expand it again tomorrow if there's no progress in talks with Ford, GM, and Chrysler parent Stellantis. President Biden went to the picket lines Tuesday. Next hour, House Republicans will hold their first impeachment inquiry hearing, probing his alleged ties to his son Hunter's overseas business dealings, but Democrats call it all political with no evidence of Biden wrongdoing. America's listening to Fox News.
I've told you about my lower back pain and how kneeling in church on Sunday was becoming nearly unbearable. Sebastian Gorka here. I've also told you about how Relief Factor has helped almost eliminate my pain. Now, let me tell you what Robert in California says about his experience with Relief Factor. Robert writes, I didn't think Relief Factor was working until I ran out mid-month. After about 3 days, the pain was back to where it started. It was a great test for me to see how much Relief Factor really works. 3 weeks from now, you could be doing the things you enjoy doing and living the life you love. Your first step to becoming pain-free from aches and pains from daily living could be just to order the 3-week quick start for only $19.95. After trying Relief Factor, over 500,000 people have gone on to order more. Go to relieffactor.com or call 800-4RELIEF to find out about this offer. That's relieffactor.com or call 800-4RELIEF. Feel the difference with Relief Factor.
We have some sunshine, and we are up to 51 degrees. WIBX News Time is 9:03. This news update is brought to you by Cliff's Local Market. They keep you going. A boil water advisory in place for parts of the city of Utica and the town of New Hartford following a Wednesday water main break. The impacted areas include Mohawk Street in Utica, east toward Sherman Drive, south to Pleasant Street. That includes Pleasant Street, Waterford Lane, and Hingman Road. If you are planning to use any tap water for drinking or cooking, you are urged to bring it to a rolling boil for at least 2 minutes before you consume it. There are also some warnings as it relates to laundry and warm water use. You can read about that at WIBX950.com. 22nd District New York Congressman Brandon Williams back from the U.S.-Mexico border, and he's blasting progressive fantasies for the current migrant crisis. He says even rural communities in upstate New York are at risk of becoming border cities.